his behalf to render this apology, and I hope this apology is accepted. If it's accepted, can I please go on with his opening remarks? Okay, it is with great pleasure to be among you this morning to discuss critical issues on the theme that resonates so much deeply with me. The theme, Youth Leadership in Digital Age, Navigating Opportunities and Challenges. I believe this theme was well thought out by the organizers, and it is also apt, especially at this point where there is a need to concertedly raise young leaders to take the different positions that we have in the different communities and the nation at large. Over the years and most profound ways, leadership has evolved from the traditional to the hierarchical structure or model of leadership to today's dynamic, inclusive, and technology-driven leadership has definitely evolved over the years. But never before has a generation been as fortunate as this current generation of leaders that we match together advancement in technology as well as leadership. The Young African Leaders Initiative, the Yali network, was established in 2010 by President Barack Obama, has over the years continuously offered a digital platform that helps young Africans to develop skills and connections they need to create positive change in their communities, and thus making African leaders better prepared for the challenges ahead to take up roles in the different governments of the nation. The world we live in today is interconnected like never before, with technology in the palms of our hands has broken barriers, and information can now travel with a light of speed. However, this also creates a challenge on its own. Therefore, looking at technology as a canvas, like an artist will have, for which he must create and continuously creates. Technology therefore offers us various avenues and opportunities for us to continuously recreate, to move with the trends of growth and development in the global world that we all live in. However, why this open canvas, which is technology, creates an avenue for us to continuously create and recreate? In it, there is also a challenge. How best do you create? To ensure that you create to be human, and as well ensure that in our creation, we do not deface or distort the order of why things must be done properly in our community. Let us acknowledge that leadership in the digital age is not without its challenges or complexities. While technology empowers, it also demands wisdom and discernment. The platform enabling youth to amplify their voices and organize change also pose risks such as misinformation, cyberbullying, digital divide, and sometimes the overwhelming pressures of online presence. 2 days ago, I saw a video and somebody said Instagram and reality. And what that meant is that most often what we see online is often not the reality of what happens to people or certain places. Therefore, why this creates its own challenges, as young Yali network leaders, we are being challenged to ensure that on a daily basis, we go out there not misinforming the public, but informing them in the right way to ensure that leaders are built with quality experiences across board in the African community. For us at this gathering, it is important to leverage the boundless opportunities of technology while staying grounded in values such as integrity, empathy, and accountability. Embrace innovation while safeguarding mental well-being and ethical standards and ensuring inclusivity in digital spaces so that no voice is left unheard and no potential is left untapped. Our discussion today and more than just conversations. They are opportunities to equip ourselves as the leaders of tomorrow with the tools, knowledge, and the perspectives needed to thrive in this digital age. There are opportunities to therefore explore how we can bridge the gap between opportunities and challenges, access and equality, and ambition and action. The challenge, therefore, is not only to keep up but to lead the way, to chart a course that others can follow with confidence and purpose. That is the purpose for which Yali Network was created in 2010, to ensure that leaders are properly brewed, properly taught, and they gain the experiences over the years to begin from their community, knowing that leadership begins from the community for which we live. And that will therefore translate to how we relate as well as how we follow. To the young leaders here, you are the architects of the future that is still being written. The digital age has given you the pen, but your values, your vision, as well as your commitment will determine the story. Earlier on, I gave an analogy using the canvas for which the artist creates. And here again, whatever you write with your hand is how the story of yourself is being told. For us at the Ministry of Culture and Tourism of the state, the digital age creates innovation and change to the landscape and scheme of things. We now have what we call virtual tours, virtual realities, augmented realities. This has brought us to understand that from the comfort of our homes, we can experience tourism as well as cultural heritages across the world. And therefore, this is the challenge for us as young initiatives to put together those virtual realities that will promote the heritages that we have in Ogun State. That will do two things. One, it will create and carve a niche for every one of us. And secondly, while the niche is being carved or created, it will definitely create employment for the teeming population of the people. Therefore, under the leadership of the Prince Dako Abiodun CON-led administration, his administration is a youth-centric administration and always willing to work with the young ones. We therefore should tap into this opportunity to continue to network with government, and while we build ourselves, we also will build a community of young persons making meaningful impact in Ogun State and Africa at large. So as we embark on our today's dialogue, let us do so with an open mind and with a shared purpose. Let us challenge assumptions, create innovation, and inspire one another to create a world where youth leaders thrive and improves the society. The future is yours to shape. Therefore, seize the opportunities before you, leverage on technology, build yourselves in the different entrepreneurial skills available, and most importantly, embrace the challenges that will come your way as you grow from this beautiful age bracket that we call the youth, who are the leaders of tomorrow. I thank you all for being here. Together, let us unlock the futures of the youth leadership in the digital age. Thank you all, and God bless you.
If we are to clap, can we do better without applause, please? Many thanks to the representative of the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism of the state, Mr. Ably represented by Mr. Ogun Michael. Thank you for that powerful remarks, and it is true to the bone that, of course, we indeed need to shape the future by embracing technology and all of those that you have mentioned. And so a reminder and a call to action for all of us is the future is yours to shape, and we will continue to shape that. One of us is already doing that. Is a technology entrepreneur, Mr. Victor, with Ogun Digital Summit and Grisac Academy. So by the way, for those of us who want to break into tech, you may want to check out Grisac Academy online. If you are in Ogun State, if you are in Abeokuta precisely, check out Grisac Academy online. Thank you so much. I will be having the next session. Our first guest speaker is around. So before I do that, permit me to do another round of recognition. Please make welcome and recognize Mrs. Adeyemi Abidemi, the COO Tamis Event. She is our first speaker. Please stand for recognition, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming, ma'am. So your session is coming right immediately. And I would love to read the citation of our first guest speaker for today. So the topic she'll be discussing is youth leadership in the digital age with focus on digital entrepreneurship. You would agree with me that the present of work, not even the future of work, has embraced a total different dynamic. It is never the same way anymore, as we're having newer titles, we have newer roles, and it requires people with skills to be able to catch up with this overwhelming complexity and tremendous competition in this present age. So because of that, the conversation on digital entrepreneurship is also of the essence. Please permit me to read the citation of Mrs. Adeyemi Abidemi, the CEO of this event. Abidemi Abisola Adeyemi, FPAN, ACIPM, is the Visionary Chief Operating Officer of Tamis Event and Tamis Events Training Academy. I didn't want to disturb you by saying you stand. I just believe it's not always necessary for us to keep them standing. That's why. Right. With a robust background in education from Obafemi Awolowo University and an MBA in Human Resource Management, Abidemi's expertise spans over 2 decades in the Ogun Public Service, where she currently serves as the Assistant Director of Admin and Personnel, Head of Human Resource. A certified Master of Event Management from the prestigious Lagos Business School, Abidemi has steered the Tamis event to become a leading full-service event planning, management, and decoration company. Under her guidance, the company has delivered high-profile events across Nigeria, the UK, and the US, earning an enviable reputation for excellence. Abidemi's commitment to mentoring the next generation of event professionals through Tamis Event Training Academy has been instrumental in shaping the industry's future. A passion for sharing her story, expertise, and experiences has inspired countless individuals, particularly women, to pursue their careers, their dreams. A devoted wife and mother of accomplished children, Abidemi balances her professional prowess with family dedication. Her daughter, Oluwatamilore Adeyemi, is the founder of Tamis Event, making this a truly family-driven success story. If that last part of the profile interests you, please put your hands for our first speaker for today, Mrs. Adeyemi Abiodun. Ma'am, please make your way to the podium, and it will be our pleasure to have you share your thoughts on this topic.
This life can be funny. Look around you, tell me what to see. Yeah, can show me your best. Baba Majekela.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, students. Okay, so I always tell people, first of all, let me correct that my name is Abidemi, not Abiodun, and it is Tammy's event, not Tammy's event. Tammy's being Tamilore, the name of my daughter. So let me just quickly correct that. I have 15 minutes to speak, and I always say something. When people invite me to speak, that do not expect the regular things. I can be quite controversial because first of all, I speak as a mother. My first passion about everything is family. And when I look at people and I have the opportunity to speak to people, I speak from the family background because whatever you do, whatever successes you make in life, if you miss it at the family level, everything is just a nonsense. So today I'll be speaking about entrepreneurship and how you can use it with the digital world. First of all, my son is here, so I'd just like him to stand up and just say hello to everybody. That's my last born. Stand up, and he's the CFO of Tammy's event, Tishefumi Adeyemi, came from school. Using myself as an example, I always tell people that I do not know mathematics. My WAEC, my GC, I had F9, not even P7. I had F9 in mathematics, and that's why I ended up going to study English in OAU. But I remember that I was told to keep waiting, rewrite WAEC, rewrite JAM. But while waiting, I remember my dad said, take the course that you are giving while you are waiting for your next result to come out. My JAM, I had 201. And you know, if in all these schools, if you don't have 200, you cannot even enter. By the time I rewrote WAEC, and I think I'm sure if there was something worse than F9, I'm sure I would have had it. Where am I going from here? We're in the digital age and the world of entrepreneurship. Everybody all of a sudden is a professional in the digital world. It's not possible. You have to recognize your strengths and weaknesses. My guy is here, in charge of Ogun Tech. You all cannot know technology. So you coming with the mind that, because it's a digital world and we must all know tech, it is not possible. I do not know mathematics. If you ask me 5 times 5, I know that it's 25, but I will still double check because I recognize my weakness, that there's the possibility that I would make a mistake. You are saying that you do not know something is a strength for you. It's not a minus. And in understanding and knowing that you do not know something is what makes you get help and makes you then accept it. I see a lot of young people online doing business, entrepreneurs, and everybody's pushing out, and you push out what is affecting your business that you are trying to grow negatively, all because you cannot accept that you do not know this thing and you cannot do it. When people say youths, I was asking on my way here that what is the age range for youths? And someone said 15 years to 25. That by 26, except you're a mommy's boy or mommy's girl, you know what you are doing. We need to identify. In those days, 40 years, they'll say you are a youth. You are not a youth. Oh. I'm 45 years old, and my 20-year-old child knows times 10 that I do know. My phone, I'm using the latest Samsung phone. It's just a toy in my hand. I'm using it because my husband bought it for me. I have not explored it up to 20% because I do not know how to use it. But the day my 20-year-old child picks it up, he will do things that I'm like, oh, this thing is working. What am I trying to say to you is, we are business owners and we are trying to make it in the event world or we are selling. I saw some people with, I think, fish packages and all. You cannot do everything yourself. There are some people that are gifted naturally. They didn't even go to school, but they are tech savvy. Identify these people and either pay them to help you develop yourself digitally in your business, or play with them and learn from them. There is humility. For you to grow, you have to be humble. In this digital space, there's so much that is harming our businesses as entrepreneurs that we do not know. I will always use events as an example because I'm an event person. The growth that I have made in Tammy's events in the last 5 years, I did not make it in the last 10 years because I was doing it myself. My daughter has like 30,000 followers on her Instagram page. All she has to do is to post one job from Tammy's event, and that week, like this, you need to see our page on Tammy's event. And because of exposure, I used to limit her, but I had to understand that I need people that understand digital space to help me put what I want to be out there. It's not every part of your business that will be a success. You have to paint a story, even when it's not a success, that shows growth. And you need somebody that is experienced, that knows how to use the digital space to help you project what you want to be projected. I'm not saying do not learn, but know your capacity. There are some things I cannot know maths. It's not a quick. I have tried. When I was having my first master's degree, I had to engage an OND elect young man that was statistics savvy. And I told him, see, don't look at me as a girl, be beating my head, because if I fail this course, my children will laugh at me. My husband will laugh at me. I had to bring myself down and know that, and it was my highest score because I went over and beyond for it. The digital space is permanent with what we put online, with social media and co. What you have posted as a young business person 10 years ago would come back to bite you. That is why you have to be careful. I have a social media manager that goes through everything before we put it online, because at the end of the day, our goal is to make money. Our goal is to make profit. A lot of young people, when I speak with them that are into business, they use their energy in the digital space to look for how to bring their competitor down, as against they growing themselves. We put out so much negativity in the business world as against pushing ourselves out there, and we do it unconsciously because the human mindset psychologically is wired to compete. You see someone that is doing a particular business and you say, oh, this person is doing better than I am. Instead of you to look for what that person is doing digitally to enhance your own business, to begin to look for how to pull it. That's when you go and pull where the person fell down on stage, or where the person spoke one English that the English was bad. The space that should have used to promote yourself, you are using it to bring someone else down, and it's not productive for you. So when I look at how you can enhance yourself digitally as an entrepreneur, especially you young ones, now we have people from age 13, age 12. I know that most of our schools are pulling into the syllabus, handwork, trade, and all of that. Your mindset with how you can use the digital space to help yourself is how to project and to promote. And listen, there are some people that come to you for your business because they see your growth. Don't just post your successes. Don't just put out there, we've done this. People want to identify and relate with you online. For example, someone wants to bury their father, and you as an event planner, all you've been posting is the successful burial events you've had. You have your caption and everything is a success. And this family, they have a problem. They are disjointed. It's a polygamous home. They have issues. And they see your profile go out. This one is from a sheltered background, but we will not be able to manage our events because the person has not failed. But you put a caption without any privacy issues that says, oh, despite the ups and downs, the family issues, and custody issues and property issues, we're able to do this program. You have written in the caption something that shows that you had a challenge and you were able to overcome it. You'll be surprised that it is that caption that you have put there that makes that client relate with you and says, oh, this person seems to be able to handle things that are not all that smooth. We all post our successes online and that's what we project. But I say no. Let people see that you are also coming from a place of weakness and that you are growing. And as an entrepreneur, I don't like the I spirit that I can do it alone. You cannot do anything without a team that is working with you. Also, let those people that are working in the background, especially those that are helping you with your social media, with your digital items, let them be those that will come out and also be seen. When I was giving this topic, I said, okay, the conveners know that I'm not tech savvy. They know that I'm not a digital person, but I'm not the brain behind it. I'm just the COO. I'm a public servant. In my office, I have like 8 people that report directly to me. And I identify, oh, you, Folabi, you are very good with the system. I recognize and I let everybody know that, see, when it comes to system, call Folabi. Oh, I will not downplay his strength because I'm the one that is the assistant director. And in the fact that I am making it obvious that he's the one that is doing well, he wants to shine more. He wants to impress me more. And at the end of the day, I'm the one that will sign the documents now. They will do fantastic job, but I'm the one that would attend management meeting and take the glory. I'm the one that would go for budget and go for this and Mrs. Ademe has come and she's shining. But I probably did 5% of the tech work. What I know I'm good at is I can read, I can write. Oh, English, no. I can proofread, I can write memos. But when it comes to putting these things in a slide, I don't even know how to use Excel. I am like 20% productive at using Excel. So when I have to write invoices, I defer to my son, who is an economist who. And yes, invariably the downside is that he sees how much is coming in. So that's when you say, Mommy, I want to change my phone. The things that I want to hide from him, he will end up seeing it. But if I do not allow him do it for me, I will send an invoice that would be wrong. And I will shoot myself in the leg and I will make a loss. So we need to also know, in knowing our strengths, yes, as a leader, as the owner of the business, you know how to do checks and balances. If you are not greedy, as a tech person, as an entrepreneur, and you need somebody to help you with your invoices, the person will not feel bad. Are you with me? The younger ones, from now, I really wish that parents would educate children at a very young age that dimming someone's light does not make yours brighter. There's enough in the world to go around for everybody, irrespective of the business you are doing. There's somebody else doing that business better than you are. There's somebody else that do better than. It's about harnessing and balancing it. When you see somebody in the digital space that is better than you, look up to the person, as in look for how you can also learn from that person. But it takes a lot of humility, and that is the problem with most of our youth. When you look at ages 15 to that 25, there's so much pride, there's so much I have arrived. And they won't even defer to the older generation. It's not even about Gen Zs now and bound to the older ones. It's about Gen Zs understanding that there's a new generation coming behind them that's even better than they are. So they have to find a way to also come down from their own high horse to learn from these people. So invariably what I'm saying is, in this new world that we are in, that we are using the digital space, everybody is online. It's not even just about social media. There are so many softwares. On my way here, somebody mentioned an app. And I said, which app is that one again? I said it's a free app. Is it Boombox or something? The only music app I know is Apple Music. And I have to pay for it every month. Only for me to hear that there's a new music app that I don't have to pay money for. Imagine. So it's about we constantly finding a way to let ourselves learn. That is how we can grow our businesses. I can see Koye here. Koye every day will post online. In fact, the things he posts online, sometimes I will go and check. And Koye, what's in Darugo? His site is even going. Because even the things he's posting, though I don't understand it, because his own tech is more tech savvy than I am. But it means that those that are behind us are even more. And whether we like it or not, they will do better than us if we do not take from them to learn from them. But if you're in that generation gap where do not also hoard what you know. Because in hoarding what you know digitally, you will not get better. It's like when we were in the university, those people that were having tutorial classes for us, our classmates for free, they were the A students, and we thought that we were using their head. But in coming to tutor us in class, they have to read. And in reading to teach us, they are getting better. So they are getting, it's a win-win for them. And we felt, oh, they said you should pay 500. They said we should pay, what is that? I didn't know our classmates. So whatever you know, like the secondary school students, I'm sure there's somebody in your class that is the computer whiz, that is very hot, hot, hot. Find a way to get close to that person to learn. And if you are the computer whiz that is very good, find a way to also share the knowledge that you have. The more you share, the more you yourself, you learn things. And there's a blessing that comes with all of these things. In ending this, I know nobody likes long talks, so I do not want to do any long talk. What I want you to take away from my talk today is that we all cannot be digitally savvy. We must identify our strengths and weaknesses and know when to ask for help. There is no shame in asking for help. At the end of the day, you take the glory. Me, I'm even trying small. My husband, that one was there with his old school, pata pata. You know, and I have to tell him, babe, lock your phone. You are dialing and dialing everybody. Your airpod is calling everybody. He doesn't know. It's not, and it took him a while to actually realize that he's old school. But the mistakes he made before he realized his old school, some of them, he had sent messages, posted things online that he should not have posted before he actually had to say, okay, oh yeah, babe, help me. How do I password? Okay, how do I do this? Not because he's hiding anything, but just because the world has become so easy digitally that it's so easy to post things that you did not intend to share. I saw something online where a woman was getting ready in the morning and a 3-year-old child went live on Facebook and was recording everything in the room, including her naked mother. And people were saying, she was careless. I now went to the Facebook app and looked at where the live button is. It is so close to where you can just press. So posting is so easy, unlike where it should ask you twice. You know, years back, if you want to post online, it will ask you, are you sure? They give you just 1% of what you should know, and they now want you to pay for it. And 90% of Nigerians are not willing to pay for anything. Then you will now go to app 1 and take 1%. App 2, take 1%. App 3, take 1%, and you make nonsense of all that you have learned. So if you know you cannot afford to properly learn something, go to somebody that has learned it. Tammy's event has a training academy. I don't do 2 weeks training. I don't do 4 weeks training. I do 6 months training. If you cannot do 6 months training, don't register. And when you come, I tell you, that 6 months training is 20% of in-class and 80% of on-site, because we are deceiving ourselves. Event world is not inside the classroom now. So why will I say come and do master class 2 weeks? Then you now look at an app online. That's the way you should think about it. That says you can learn this thing in 3 days. You can learn this thing in 2 weeks. It is not possible. There's always a refresher course. There's always something that you have to do. I'm not saying the 1 week classes and 2 week classes are not effective. I'm just saying think about it well. That at the end of the day, when you go and attend or you learn from these apps, you really do not gain knowledge or information. I don't think so. I have tried. I can see Bola Sholache working now. They are always online. These are our guys that are always online. I don't know how they do it. Because with the age that we are all getting to now, all of these apps are not even easy to understand. So invariably they confuse you. So instead of you to use the digital space to make yourself more productive or make money or put yourself out in a positive way, you now do the opposite. And once you put it out there, you cannot take it back. So in closing, digitally, what I believe is you can do a lot as an entrepreneur. That's where you can put your all your businesses. I see people that buy accounts. So I ask myself, okay, they say the more followers you have on Instagram or on TikTok, is it that you make more money? Or what is the brain or the wisdom behind this? Then you now buy accounts and you have 30,000 followers. and you do not have 30,000 in your account, who are you doing? Doing yourself. I'm on Instagram. I put my business out. The clients that I get on Instagram is probably 30% of my total clientele. The remaining 70% is from one-on-one. People that know me, people that see my personality, or someone that I've worked with, or referral. So why will I now go and buy, is it organic or inorganic they call it, followers online, just so that people can say yes, you have arrived. Then you have nothing in your pocket. Is this mentality of, permit me to say, speak Yoruba, carry me, you want validation. Everybody is doing award. Everybody is presenting award. So you now have a whole room filled with 100 awards, and you still do not have anything substantial. At the end of the day, we all want to make money. If your Instagram page is giving you 10,000 followers or 20,000 followers, and they say now, bring 200,000, 300,000, you cannot put it down. I don't think you are serious. Because what is the purpose of all these followers? Is it not for them to see what you are doing and for you to make money? At the end of the day, we are talking about business. We all want to make money. So what are you doing buying followers when that followers they are buying is not making money for you? Just for self-validation, for people to say, oh yes, you have arrived. But when you have substance, see, in this digital space, what you need is one person, one business, one good business. And you might not even get it digitally, but you need to maintain it digitally. I'm not saying don't be out there. I'm quite old school. We still need people to see what you are doing. But selectively, I have someone that runs my social media page. On the way today, we're trying to look for music of a particular band. This band is fantastic. He played at an event that we had, and we're looking for a YouTube page where we could see, and we did not get. We did not want to use music from somebody else for our video, just like since it was the band that played. And the guy is on Instagram with thousands of followers, but in all the things that he has online, he doesn't have anything that is substantial. We could not get a 2-minute video that was clean that we could use for our video. And this guy is a well-known band. So what are you doing online? Then what exactly is it? You are just there to play and do one. You are not selling your market. And you are paying for ads and all of this thing. So if you're going to use the digital space for your business, go to our ogas. They are here now. See them with you here, sir. I'm pretty sure all of them come and meet you. And go and ask, how do I use the digital space well? If you know that your brain is like my own and cannot comprehend it at your age, or maybe you are just not digitally inclined like me, look for somebody. It doesn't have to be expensive, that would help you little by little till you are able to get there. So that being said, especially for the younger ones, take what you can while your brain is still fresh and learn. Take as much as you can assimilate now. Bloom Street Mama is here. She's teaching most of our children. In fact, they are writing exams with computer. Our day is Kidon Jebe. So now somebody will tell me to come and write CPT. And we do 1 minute. I cannot do it. My brain can be, I won't deceive myself. Let me leave it and be attending conferences where I will go and interact with my colleagues. But the children that are learning it at a very young age now, to them it's a piece of cake. So as they grow older, they are the ones that we will now go to help us. So thank you for having me. I hope you have taken 1 or 2 things from the lecture. Thank you very much.
Please, a wonderful round of applause for our mother. Thank you so much, Mrs. Abidemi, CEO, Tamis Event. Now I get it correctly, Tamis Event. Thank you so very much for those wonderful gems you have dropped from the motherly perspective especially. The question is, why are you buying followers when those followers are not buying from you? Thank you so much for raising that consciousness in young people, and rest assured we all will collectively do better. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to take this round of recognition we have got in our midst a number of very important distinguished guests that I need to recognize. But before that, one of our secondary schools that has been invited are now in our midst, and that is Abadia National College. Students from Abadia National College, can you please stand for recognition? Let's put our hands together for them. Thank you so much. You know what? Have your seats. You know what I was thinking? Now imagine not having this student amongst us. Look at how beautiful. Look at the arrangement. Look at how colorful they make this event look. Please appreciate them once more. Right, please permit me to recognize first those who are going to be on this first panel session. We are going straight into the panel session, but I need to do recognition and introduction. Those who are going to be on this panel session, first I'll be recognizing them and also introducing them to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Dayo Ni, the convener, Africa Model, United Nations. Sir, you can now come to your seat. Thank you so much. He's one of our panelists for the first panel session. Also joining him on this panel, I'll be inviting our mother who just gave us golden piece of advice from the motherly perspective to also join this panel session, Mrs. Abidemi, to also join this panel session again. Please put your hands together for her. Joining as well would be Grace Olaoluwa, who, please put your hands together for her. She will be joining us in this panel discussion. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming. I was looking for the title, but it wasn't clearly written, so I didn't want to make any mistake. Oluwalola, oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Oluwalola Grace, thank you so much. Then finally, to join that panel session is Faye Kemi Oriyomi. She is the director of Bloomseed Elementary School. Now, before I call the moderator for that panel session, permit me to now recognize some of our guests as well who are here present. Ladies and gentlemen, not all generals or heroes were killed. Some of them are just behind the cameras doing what they love to do best. Please permit me to put your hands together for Hampton Shots in person of Akoni. It's a good brother, a friend of ours. He loves to put Ogun State in the map of great things. Thank you so much, Akoni. Hampton Shot, thank you so much for always. Also, ladies and gentlemen, one of our judges, and it's not just one of our judges for today, if we would say, if you would permit me, I'll call him the father of Yali in Ogun State. And I'll tell you why. How many of us believe that there is a lot of opportunity in Lagos State? How many of us believe that there is a lot of opportunity in Lagos State? Okay, let me not compare it to other states. How many of us believe that? How many of us believe there are a lot of opportunities in Lagos? Oh, you believe there's a lot of opportunities in Ogun State? Okay. So I just asked that sincere question because what would you say of a man who, after he finished his Mandela Washington Fellowship in the United States and had the option of staying in Lagos and working with some big guys and making money, he decided to come to Ogun State to say Yali must be established in Ogun State. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the founder of Secure Cycle, the pioneer state coordinator for Yali Network Ogun, Mr. Akilashu Emmanuel. He's just so gentle, cool, and calm, but this man has been the brains behind a whole lot of stuff. Thank you so much for starting Yali over there. And Yali, like I mentioned, has now brought out a lot of people, a lot of young, amazing talent across diverse sector. And to direct the conversation of this panel discussion, I'll be inviting my brother, my friend, Yusuf Solomon. He is the convener of Ogun Youth Entrepreneurship Summit. He will be directing the conversation for today in this panel discussion. Please, can we have the slide of the panel again? Can we have the slide of the panel on the screen, please? All right, the topic for the panel session is power of experience in shaping youth-led initiatives. So you'll be asking our panelists questions around the power of experience. If you look at our speakers, our panelists, they are people with quite vast experience in their field. And so we would like their experiences, our mothers and fathers here present. Thank you so much. Now you have the floor.
Can you all hear me? Thank you, Tori. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay, my name is Yusuf Solomon. Can I have someone please move this pulpit? Thank you. Okay, why they do that? Let's just go into the reason why we are here. Thank you. So that people can see my face, please. Don't hide me. Okay, you can all see me now. That's one important thing. Please, don't let anybody hide you. Come out in the public and let them see you. It's very, very important. So this morning I have a range of, I don't want to call them old people, I want to call them experienced people who have gone through life before us, and they are here to share their experience on what they've done so far. So please, can we give a round of applause to this set of people once again, please? Thank you for joining us on board. Thank you, Ms. Fekemi, Ms. Grace, Ms. Adeyema Bidemi, Oyeyomi. I'm going to work at Plumsey School, Plumsey Elementary School. Oh, only a few of us. How many of us knows Wembley Suits? Do you know Wembley Suits? The school opposite to Wembley School. This is the CEO, this is the owner, this is the director, this is the person controlling the affair of the school. That's one of the most beautiful schools. Very, very beautiful in Abeokuta. So please, can you clap for her once again? Okay, I will be asking now my first question, and is this: what are they have the goal?
I was there and I was smiling because we have a lot of things in common. I'm an HR person. I didn't know maths growing up. I still don't know it. Thank God for calculator and Excel now. And I'm not an event person. I think but I can plan event for the whole of Nigeria, except I don't like parties. So pleased to meet you. And Babaji, good to be here. I think for anything, including tech, when you're starting out, the first question is, why are you doing it? Are you doing it because everybody is doing it, or you are doing it because you have passion? There's this thing of get into tech, in 6 months, you'll be a millionaire. It's not true. It's not true. You blow. Thank you very much. You blow. Wow. It is not true. Everything that was going to work requires the staying power and that consistency in being able to be patient. So for those who are going to tech, and it's the early part of it, the learning, either they're struggling with learning itself, or if they're not struggling with learning, maybe not having the opportunity to intern or to even get a job as it is. My advice would be keep learning and keep growing your network. Look for people who want to say, oh, we want to put all of them in internship, give them the opportunities. Unfortunately, we don't have all the companies. It's not all companies that are open to internship. One, it's not everyone. We don't even have enough companies to absorb the number of people who are finishing this tech training. And because we don't have that, it becomes difficult to even place people. Maybe the other thing I want to say is networking. Who says 2, 3, 4, 5 people cannot come together and form something and create a product that will help others in there? So, for example, currently I'm working on something that will help tech companies to get talent in the tech world free, and human resources people can also come in to get from that pool of talent. It's not going to be automatic. And when the MC was talking earlier, he was talking about the percentage of youth in Nigeria, and I checked on Google. It's about 70%. So when you have about 70% of the population fall within this age range, and almost everybody is talking about tech now, the thing that is going to happen is we're going to have more qualified people with less opportunities. But the thing is, when the opportunity comes, are we taking them? I recruit from time to time, and I want to say this, not to shade. Most times, the most difficult to recruit are those in tech because they don't take it serious like other people, so they are a bit laid back. And I hope when the opportunity comes, we're ready for the opportunity. I'll keep it simple. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. She made mention of one major point which is very important. Look for network. What did I say again? Look for network. Thank you so much for that. So we'll go to the top speaker. Yes, my question for Mr. May is, Ms. Abide Murada, I call her Tammy's event. In your experience, what are the top qualities that young entrepreneurs need to develop to succeed in today's competitive market? What are the qualities you should have for us to succeed in this market?
Okay, so good morning once again. Okay, I think for tech people, we get so engrossed in computers and numbers that we forget that you're still dealing with humans. No matter how much AI comes or how much tech we're doing, at some point you still have to relate with people. And because we forget that we need to relate with people, we let go of the personal qualities and characteristics that make you a decent human being. As a professional, no matter how good your service is, once you are mannerless, you cannot work with me. No matter how brilliant a person is and you are the only person that can do this thing, once you come in and you can't even say good morning, or someone says good morning to you and you use your nose to answer, forget, go away with your service. And the way I think about it is, one, I might not have met you. Two, you might have relocated. Three, I might not have access to you, so I do not have to use you. Despite the fact that you are the best at what you do. So I just want to remind, or responding to the question is, that just basic, decent characteristics that you should pick. It has become the norm for disrespect to be the order of the day. It's now that thing that works. Forget it. You cannot excel when you have bad character. When you see people like Mr. Ali Idowu at his level still entering a place and greeting young people, it's not because he's not big, he's bigger than they are. But respect begets respect. You cannot disrespect him because he has already respected himself. But you as a young guy, I'm a natural person. When you enter my office at OPIC, I look at the way you are dressed. You are wearing slippers, get out. You are not talking, get out. You have dada hair, forget it, go out. I am that stereotype. We were coming today, my son drove me, and the police around that stretch stopped us. Automatically, the fact that he's a young guy driving a flashy car, he's already stereotyped. And you already know, you cannot beat the system as a tech-savvy young person. The system in Nigeria, we are culturally biased. Even as exposed as I am, I look at the young guys sagging, you have nothing to give to me. No matter how good you are, you have nothing to offer. I do not want my brand to be associated with you. As a young guy, your hair is tinted. What are you saying? You're wearing earrings. These are not our culture. So no matter how cultural, these characteristics that you need to have is look at yourself in the mirror. You are not living in America. You are not living in London. You are living and working and with Nigerians. How do you want to be passive? Your own parents, would they take you like this without complaining? You know, the things that you laugh at as young people now that, oh, you are not woke. My children are not woke. Oh. They tell their friends, are coming to our house, don't bring colored hair, my mommy will complain. Don't as a guy don't wear it. So they would with the way you dress, with the way you look, and you are out there to make impact. If you do not need the society, then okay, you can be rude, you can wear slippers, you can sag, you don't need us. You can wake up in the morning and remove money from under your bed. You are good to go. But for as long as you still want to excel in this stereotype society, you must be humble. You must dress decently. Humility for me is one thing that I put in the young people's head. Humility makes you a better person. There is nothing you have or you have not or you've done that somebody else does not have better. The people that have money, that are there, they don't make, they're not loud. When you see a girl or a guy that has coat of many colors, or you are trying to call attention to yourself because you don't have substance. You must be tenacious. When I say tenacious, you must be willing to learn. Learn. As bad as I am with tech and all, I don't play with the payroll. There are some things that you wake me up, things that has to do with payments, with HR and all. I'm certified on at so many levels. I go the extra mile because I am tenacious. I want to learn. I pick that one thing that I need. Continue to hack at it. Be humble. Be gracious. Learn to say thank you. The basic things that our Bloomseed madam is teaching us in schools. These things, they are not just for sing songs. Say please, say thank you, say sorry, accept that that's the only way that you can grow. As an HR person, I do not want to work with people that do not have manners. In OPIC, we have an ICT unit filled with young, vibrant boys. We need to see how lovely these boys look. Hot boys that their head like this. Brilliant boys. They dress well, they smell good, they are respectful, they go to people's offices. You want to sit with them because when they leave, they make you feel good. In conclusion, how you make people feel at the end of the day is what people remember. It's not the service you provided. You are running a salon and people come there, I just want to wash my hair. Or you start gisting with them, you make them feel good. Before you know it, they will do pedicure, they will do manicure, they will do more. You will have made 100K. It's not because your service is good, but because while they are there, they feel so good. Do not forget that we are still dealing with human beings, even in this our tech world. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. That was mind blowing. Okay, Miss Wike, may I have something to say to
Okay, thank you very much. I want to say, in addition, what she has said, character matters. And I like what she has said because beyond having a school, I also have a job center in Abeokuta. And exactly what she has said is what I've observed. But I don't think those guys are here today. You are coming for an interview, you have dreads. If you have natural dreads, that's okay. You wear slippers, you sag. So are we meant to present you to the labor market in Abeokuta? No. And then when you address these things, young people feel it does not matter. And I ask them, how many people in society? Now, I don't have any issue. You can do dreads if you are a creative and you are going to be in your house counting the money. But if you are going to go out and represent an organization, there will be very slim chances, right, that you will get the job. So you have to look at, what do I really want? I'm saying that because then I also want to talk about mathematical gaps. What are you scared of? You need to overcome it. Unless it becomes a part, are you scared of? You need to overcome it. Unless it becomes a part of you. And that is very dangerous for the future. Although most likely you will still do well, but you will have maybe a complex when it comes to mathematics. You have a phobia. And I can tell you, it just takes opening your mouth and asking, I don't understand this. And taking time to discover what you do not understand so that you are better off on the long run. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I think we need to move on. Please take notes. Your character matters a lot. This happens to most people who class themselves as Gen Z. I will say it publicly and openly. Please, if you want to go well in life and go, remove that Gen Z mentality. It will surely kill you. I'm 100% sure about that. I'm not Gen Z. I'm not Gen Z. If you are the Gen Z people and you are tending towards that type of what they do on social media as a Gen Z, it's better you align yourself in a better way and go in life. Because the Gen Z we are seeing that we know now, don't let me go to that side. Thank you so much. So our question to Mr. Dayoni, who happens to be the convener for AfriMoon, also is a Gotri member, also is a JCI member. So Babadi is keen into volunteerism, as in that is his area of life. And that's why we have brought him here. So my first question is that how can we make young people's idea for social change are taken seriously by more experienced leaders? How can young people's idea, young people that are trying to come up with something, how can they grow without an adult bringing them down or be the chairman or be the lord over their ideas? I think that's where the question is coming from, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Solomon. Good afternoon. This is 12 o'clock. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me especially welcome my very good sister, my friend Faye. We both live in the city of Abeokuta, but we hardly see. She was the president of Junior Chamber International, where I was also president in 2007. She was president in 2013 or 14. And Mrs. Adeyemi, she's the wife to a JCI member. You're welcome. And thank you very much also for coming. And I also say that Solomon is also a Junior Chamber member. So what does that say? You guys need to belong to a youth-led organization, like the Yali convener has done, particularly in this city of Abeokuta. So for young people to be taken seriously, you need to take volunteering very important. From volunteering, you learn a lot of things. Volunteering is mostly unpaid effort or unpaid job, like a cleanup initiative. You can do a cleanup Abeokuta initiative. Join hands with other young people in the city of Abeokuta and do that. I'll go to my story very soon, but I'm just saying, answering this question so that we can be taken seriously. I appreciate the fact that you brought Yali to Abeokuta. When I left the university then, and then I came back to stay in Abeokuta because I never liked Lagos. So I said I'm going to make Abeokuta my home. I went to the best university in Nigeria. That's University of Ibadan. But I decided not to stay in Ibadan. I made Ibadan a vacation city, but I stay in Abeokuta. So I thought we can grow Abeokuta together. It's not everybody that will engage in politics. But personally, I tried my hands in politics for a year, and I could see that it's not meant for a person like me, because I hardly could tell lies to your face. So I decided to shift out from politics. So, and I decided the best thing to do to also bring my own impact to this city is by joining a youth-led organization. So I was a member of Junior Chamber International from high school. From university. And I decided to join and make it a better one in Abeokuta. Today, Junior Chamber International Abeokuta is one of the best in Nigeria. And through Junior Chamber International Abeokuta, I don't know, I've traveled to maybe over 20 countries in the world. So it's an initiative that people will take you serious. I can recall that so many times politicians highly placed in Abeokuta here will call me for an idea, will also call me for engagement. I tell you today now, I have a personal friend, I would say couple of ambassadors in Nigeria, and I met them through this volunteering effort. And the second one you need to take important also is participating at youth-led initiative, youth-led conferences. Like there is COP29 going on now in Azerbaijan, in Baku. And I'm very proud that one of my, I call him a mentor, also a GSI member, now a special assistant to the governor of Ogun State, is right there in Baku. He was in Egypt last year, he's in Baku this year, attending COP29, the youth led coordinator each. What happened? Then I just, I'm not sure if I started, I think I left the work I was, the office I was working then. So that started on my own and Abeokuta. So there was actually no finances, I was broke, young persons. So what happened? I don't know. That shouldn't be a deterrent. The first thing I should do is have my plan that we're having this program in Nigeria. And we should now go to Alexandra for the World Edition. So I organized a very lovely version for Nigeria. We had it at Gateway Hotel, Abeokuta. The present Attorney General of Nigeria was the chairman of the occasion, Lateef Fagbemi. And Kehinde Shokole was also a speaker, and many other people around Nigeria. But I brought it to Abeokuta, my hometown, because I want the leaders in Abeokuta to take youth-led initiative serious. So after then, I was to go to Alexandria, Egypt, and it was to be a fully funded event. But unfortunately, the issue is that you must fund yourself to get to Alexandria. So I tried to look for funds, but I couldn't. That was to be my first international trip. So I couldn't raise the fund. That's how the fact that I went to government, I went to some mentors. But the good thing is that one of these early mentors I had then, Chief Taiwo, former commissioner for youth, gave me like 50%, the funds. But unfortunately, I couldn't match up the rest 50%. But I wasn't deterred. At the end of the day, I couldn't make it to Egypt. But I got that recognition. And that was my first. Subsequently, I was in Botswana to attend Civicus event, fully funded. I was in Sydney, Australia to attend another young people. I've forgotten that. I'll get it before we finish this program. To attend another program, a youth-led program, fully funded. And thereafter, I envisioned my own company. I started a travel outfit, also based in Abeokuta, a very moderate one. And I tell you, I'm very comfortable. And I work for politicians, those who can afford my pay, and I work for companies even outside Abeokuta. You understand? So I think young people will be taken seriously when they are engaged in volunteerism, and you also engage by traveling. Go to West Africa country, go to Ghana, search for youth conferences in Ghana, search for youth conferences in Cotonou. That's why the fact that Cotonou is French speaking. But don't worry, you will be there and you'll be surprised to hear some people speaking Yoruba. So you feel at home. Don't go too far to Cameroon. Cameroon is on the other side of Nigeria. But if you are based in Bayelsa, Cross River, yes, please go to Cameroon. There is French-speaking part of Cameroon, attend youth-led event. So I am asking that we all get into volunteerism and conferences. And to the high school students, please, it's not only about mathematics, English, literature, physics, and all those stuff. Be part of your press council, press club in your school. Be part of literary and debating society in your school. I remember when I was in secondary school. I hate the debating, and I used to be very shy. But quiz competition, they must pick me from the art class. Because then, I will tell you, all the president of the world, I know it here, even till now, the presidents of the world, I'll tell you, governors in Nigeria then, but now I'm busy trying to make money, so I can't remember those who are looting. I'm sorry, so I can't remember their name or crap. So, high school students, please be involved in literary and debating society. Also, I would say that you should be involved in another organization called Rotary. In secondary school, it's called Interact Club. If you have it in your school, please join. Thank you so much. Yeah, let me equally add. Ms. Adeyemi said she would not encourage someone with dread. Please, I'm pleading. Allow those with dread. It could be natural. You understand? Because by the time you let them off, you will not be able to know if it's natural or not natural. And I have few other friends who That is not natural. I initially was against it. Two of them are in JCI. One is a personal assistant to the president, outgoing president, a young guy, very good, cerebral and everything. I think it's a global thing. What really matters is your character and your attitude. But I would say that for the bread, we should leave it. But a guy using earring, yes, not good. But the trade is about style. The guy is trying to style himself up. Maybe he wants to become a musician or he wants to become a football player. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that, sir.
Let's not break this table. Should we? Okay. I work in tech 100%. And there's several times you have guys tech, including my own nephew with their earring and the dreadnought. Interesting thing is, I work as chief people officer and I carry colored dress. That is who I am. Forget the wig for today, it's just because I'm here. If you see me on a day-to-day in my office, you find me in my t-shirts, my jeans, my trainers, and my colored hair. There's something, and maybe some of my orientation stems from my exposure, where anybody can be anything in the office and everything, even before I got into tech. And then when I got into tech fully, I wanted to work with youngsters. So when I got the opportunity to work in tech, which it actually brought me to Abeokuta, I was clear. And there's something about leadership. Sometimes you have to lot. That is always what I say. And because I'm a very friendly person, I'm the clown in the office, I get things that I want done, I get it done as I when it needs to be done. So I think the principle of inclusion and diversity is to look beyond what people look like. However, in the culture where we have to uphold that too. I remember when I was going through global certification in HR, and there was a particular question that came that you work in a global, a multinational, you are trying to do a recruitment from someone from another country, and then this person has the opportunity of bringing their spouse with them when they're coming. And at the time you are given the offer, at the time when you are doing the paperwork for visa, you discover it is not Steve and Eve. It is Adam and Steve, if you know what I mean. So it's same gender. In Nigeria, the law does not allow it. But this person is very good and they have to work. So, and it was a dilemma, it was a case of how will you handle it? Because it is not what the law allows, the law of the country, and maybe the culture does not allow it. Of course, when you get to that point, it's a case of, okay, which one works first? But you can't bring them in as partners because the law of Nigeria does not allow it. If they want to come in, yes, they will come in. They want to bring their spouse, that will be on them, but they will not be recognized as spouses. So I think it's just a case of let's also not, see all of us who were made in the 70s, early 80s, yes, we have our set ways, but when it gets to the tech world, to get them, look at, I think, somebody got an award, one of the ONs last year when the former president was there, was it 2 years ago? And he was getting the ON award and President Buhari was looking at him like, who is this person? But this is one of the shakers in the country. So mentoring the people who are younger than us for the purpose of decency is also very important. But I think sometimes some things we may have to let go, especially when it has to do with dressing, but not tackiness. Everybody who works with me knows that you cannot appear in the office with some seats and some, no, it's not, it doesn't work. You will be sent home. certainly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Can we put our hands together for our panelists, please? Do you know what Miss Grace did now? Miss Grace came to save the tech people. Because I can say 60% of the tech boys are on trade. I can say that. I don't know why trade and tech are going together. Most of them, you always see them on trade. That one is, I know that one. I'm very certain about that one. Okay, I think I will ask one more question from Mr. Bidemi. So we could then come back to it. Okay, the question is, how can experienced entrepreneurs effectively mentor young founders without enslaving them? How can those at the top mentor those at the down without turning them to a one boy, without turning them to go and get this for me, my friend? How can we actually do that? That's very important. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. In just about a minute, let me quickly address something. You know, there's this new trend now in global companies in Nigeria where we all call ourselves by names. You know, it's a trend now where there's no Mr., there's no Mrs. in multinationals, and you just come there, oh, Femi, Bidemi, Tolu, and that kind of thing. Me, I will still tell you, don't go to the office and call someone that is 50, 60 years and you are Gen Z by name because it is culturally, because it is a global world. You are in Nigeria, there are some things, moderation, common sense is key. My child will not come home and say, because we're told, and one of my children just graduated and she's done with her service and she served in KPMG. And the very first day she came back, I said, how was your experience? She said, oh, we spoke and they told all of us it is first name, we must call ourselves by first name. And the person that got her the NYC placement there is my husband. So I said, you sense, even though it is KPMG, everybody is by name. Look for a nickname or that this, Mr. Because that person that is saying, oh, it's okay, oh, I'm woke. It's not woke, oh. I am telling you, they will get back home and say, because it is normal when you call someone by name, it is easier to disrespect the person than someone that you are calling Mr. This or Master This. So don't let any globalization as tech people still living in Nigeria, no matter how much they bring the culture from over there, here, we are still stuck in our ways. In terms of dreads, women do dreads too. Moderation is the key. If you are wearing dreads, lock it, pack it well. Don't tint it in colors that are not, are not acceptable. At least I still stand on that anyway, because why diminish your chances when there are so many people looking for that thing you want to get, and 10 people are looking for one thing, and it's this one thing that might hinder you. So that is that. I hope you will take from the name calling example and understand what I am not saying. It's not everything that is acceptable that should be done just because you can do it. On the question of enslavement, I realize that a lot of our children or people tend to look down on the Gen Z. And it is in this looking down that makes them more defensive. And that's why they rebel against us. Growing up as a young mom, I remember that I used to be very harsh on my son because because you are a boy, Nigerian mentality gives you a power is artificial. And you are not the first child, but everybody comes and says, oh, yeah, they are rolling the way it is with mentorship with the younger generation. We as the older ones, we are out to mentor you, but the pattern and the method that we use is what brings out their level of loyalty to you, their level of loyalty to you at the end of the day. When I always like to simplify things to everyday affair. When you speak, let me use myself as an example. I married someone that is a bit older than myself, and I remember that a lot of people said,
as people in secondary school, people in university, corporates, and those who are maybe working or job seekers, please manage your digital footprint. It's extremely important because that can make or mar a lot of things. There was a story that broke out, I think it was last year. A gentleman during the pandemic had talked about a particular brand, and then about 3 years later is applying to work in that same brand, and the petty HR went through the whole process of interview with him, and at the point where he was expecting the offer, he got his report card where he was talking about, and that was it. So to avoid stories like that, please manage your digital footprint. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, man. You are in your room criticizing that company and you want to apply later. Watch what you want to say. This comes to the end of our panel session for today. This is our first panel session. As the walk down, please and please, can we give a standing ovation and a round of applause to our panelists for today? Yes, we can do better. Thank you so much. Okay, let's take pictures. Pictures.
It's like it's a one day, it's going to say, I mean, it's just a one, I didn't know that. Like they're not the streets I just to do, what's my God, brand new, born animosity, I be the great one, I'm a fresh, I be the big one. But you want to just like a melody. I know what you got, I love bad, I know you want you to do, I think we should do that. So, I'm making sure, I'm about to make it up. I'm done like that, I'm on my job. Street credibility, check my path, but I never would be like. Yeah, don't be lying, don't be lying. Yeah, don't be lying. Don't be lying. Give me all of that. As I come here before you, I don't go to any shit on the time. Call me the whole of it. Because you understand I'm not give you the stress of time. The least of that one. Hey, honestly, sleep good very nicely. Always try to work on your family. As I'm lying, you're right. Always I'm from Nigeria, still from Nigeria. Still gotta be check my pass, yeah, don't be lying, yeah, don't be lying, don't be lying, don't get safe, don't doubt me, I can bring up blood. Very boring, my people are beautiful, but I said, yeah, could you like it? Yeah, could you like it? Yeah, could you like it?
Please again, let's give someone now. Right. All right, that's just on the lighter note. So, all right, that's just on the lighter note. So, we'll be progressing with the event, and we want to say thank you all to every one of you for gracing this event. Please, at this junction, permit for gracing this event. Please, at this junction, permit me to take another round of recognition as I go on. Once again, I want to recognize Mr. Oduton Oluwatobi, who is going to be coming shortly after. Please, ladies and gentlemen, permit me and join me in recognizing and appreciating my brother, my friend, Mr. Olukoyejo Moren Keji, Koye's concept, popularly known as Koye. Please stand for recognition. Koye, thank you, Sabi. I saw her earlier, I think she stepped out. So anytime she comes in, I'll do the recognition again. And the more I get the name, the more I do the recognition. Also, permit me to recognize and introduce my friend and brother, Mr. Ayo Sholaris Tech of Jeka Code. Thank you so much for the amazing work you do at Jeka Code. I am wearing Jeka Code on that. on that. So thank you so much for the work you do at with Jekyll Code. You can check out Jekyll Code online, everyone, to see what it's about and get to connect with the representative online. So as we go on, let's do something. Take a picture of yourself. Hashtag Yali Ogun Summit 2024 online, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Okay, X. Thank you so much. Please, let's take more pictures. Let's take pictures with our friends. Let's take individual pictures. Tag hashtag Yali Ogun Summit 2024. Now, also please permit me to recognize very specially the implementation partner of the U.S. Consulate in person of Princess Adeto Tade. Ma'am, can you stand for recognition? That is the implementation partner of the U.S. Consulate, and she is one of our guests for today. It's time for us to have the video from the U.S. Consulate. Technical teams, please, can we now have the video from the U.S. Consulate? A 4-minute video from the U.S. Consulate. We're supposed to have the presentation in person, but it was done via video. Can we have the video display now, please? The video from the U.S. Consulate. I'm aware it's ready and you guys are able to project now. So can we have it? DJ. Okay. I think it's up, but I'm not sure the sound is connected. So while they're trying to fix that, I think we have to figure that out. Live music, DJ. So after the video would have Stanbic IBTC Bank coming for their exhibition, and some of our partners and sponsors. We'll be having periodic interaction with them as we go on. DJ, okay, the sound is from there. Oh, okay. They are working on the sound and we can't just even say the next item should come up because the sound has not been connected properly. But I want to also let us begin to take note of some of the things we are learning, especially those of us who are still very much younger. Our fathers and mothers who just left this space shared their experiences, and especially the experiences they gathered interacting with particularly Gen Z, and now we now have Gen Alpha. So you want to ensure that you're picking gems from what it is they've shared and ensure you want to redirect the course. The aspect where digital footprint was mentioned is very, very sacrosanct and cannot be underestimated. We see things, we see things and
but
people take
also
notes.
some challenges.
Okay, I think we have it.
Your ability to leverage technology will not only define your personal success,
Can we have it
but
from the
also
start, please?
contribute to the sustainable development of your communities and the nation.
Technical team, can we have this from the beginning? Yeah, these things can happen. They are not unexpected when you have events like this. But can we try to figure it out again and see what went wrong with the sound? Looks like the sound is trying to play a smart one on the technical team. It happens. This is an event and humans are behind the sound, so it's normal. Okay.
The theme of this summit, Youth Leadership in the Digital Age, resonates deeply with the transformative. Good morning, distinguished guests and inspiring young leaders. My name is Amanda Roach Brown, and I'm the Deputy Public Affairs Officer at the U.S. Consulate General in Lagos. I'm really privileged to be joining you today virtually, poised to shape the future of Nigeria and the African continent. The theme of this summit, Youth Leadership in the Digital Age, resonates deeply with the transformative period that we're all living. The Young African Leaders Initiative, or Yali, is a testament to the United States' commitment to empowering the next generation of African leaders. We believe that investing in youth is crucial for fostering prosperous nations. Yali provides training, networking, and professional development to equip you with the skills needed to lead effectively in the digital age. We are living in unprecedented times where digital technology influences nearly every aspect of our lives. For young leaders like yourselves, this digital age presents unique opportunities, but also some challenges. Your ability to leverage technology will not only define your personal success, but also contribute to the sustainable development of your communities and the nation. The digital realm offers tools for innovation, education, and entrepreneurship that were unimaginable just a generation ago. In fact, they were unimaginable just 15 years ago when I finished university. I remember at that time taking courses in Microsoft Word and Excel to try to make myself more marketable to employers. Back then, all we talked about was joining Facebook, and Twitter existed, but it had not yet reached prominence. We couldn't even imagine things like Instagram, TikTok, and a profession called a content creator. So much has changed in such a little bit of time, and it has brought immense new possibilities, especially for young people who are more open to embracing new technologies. However, we also know it has also brought challenges, such as increased cybersecurity threats and the proliferation. Navigating these complexities requires a combination of technical skills, ethical grounding, and visionary leadership. By embracing these digital tools and fostering inclusion and innovation, you can address these new opportunities and also answer pressing issues in your communities like unemployment, educational disparities, and healthcare accessibility. The US government believes that Ogun State is the gateway for the significant developments to come, touting the most universities in Nigeria, and with a fantastic tech hub offering great upskilling opportunities. You have the tools at your disposal in your community to pave the way for a more prosperous and equitable society. And the United States stands with you in your journey. For starters, I encourage you to visit the American Space at the Obasanjo Presidential Library. What is an American Space? Well, an American Space is a center that offers free resources and a multitude of programming for youth. We're also excited that we'll be opening another American Space at the Ogun Tech Hub early next year. So I encourage you to visit us on Instagram at American Spaces NG to learn more about these exciting new opportunities and what these centers have to offer. In closing, as you engage with peers and experts during the summit, I encourage you to think creatively and build your networks that will support your ambitions. Remember, leadership is not just about holding a title, it's about making a positive impact wherever you are. Thank you, and enjoy the summit.
One more round of applause, please. That address was indeed quite directed to all of us young people, because the reality remains that we cannot imagine a world where we say we do not know what technology is about to do in our lives or the disruptions that technology is bringing up. And it is sad, actually, Grazak Academy, Jekako, and the likes, you still have a lot of work to do. They are university students and graduates who cannot use Microsoft Word. So we need to start from basics too for some. They are university graduates, I tell you. They are core members who cannot operate Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So let alone taking it to the core aspects of tech, coding and the likes of them, even soft code, low code and no code and all of that. But the reality remains that every young person must now be digitally inclined, and our parents also need to help, especially students in secondary school. The days of having to say I must study law is now getting over gradually. There is cybersecurity as a course now that they can study. There is information technology they can study. There is data science as a course that they can study. They all don't need to say they want to study medicine. Some of us wanted to study medicine and we ended up writing JAM 5 times. How many of you can relate? So you have to go to Polytechnic, do one course, then again. At the end of the day, you still not do that medicine. Some people wanted to do law. They ended up doing not something entirely different. And that's because most of our parents wanted us to either be a doctor, and the reality is most of us didn't have that strong will to be a doctor in the first instance. I used to look at myself and thank God that I didn't study medicine. I will fail because I know that I see what they are reading, and I realize that me, I cannot read it. It's just the reality. So it's the days of saying they must do electrical engineering. There are a lot of engineering, and computer engineering is something. Even computer science itself has its subfield that should be explored. So our teachers should also take this back to their secondary school and let career development sessions be part of the curriculums and programs that will help these secondary school students. If we had access to such earlier, perhaps I wouldn't have studied agricultural administration, but it's fine, no problem. I'm okay. Thank you so much. And that was really a beautiful one. So I'll be inviting one of our partners and sponsors, Stanbic IBTC, for a 5-minute presentation and exhibition. Please put your hand a customer to the bank.
Your bank. Currently, we are situated in Water Carrington, Victoria Island. Today evening, just to be here with you. And it's my first time in Abeokuta. And I've been having so much fun and a great and amazing time so far. Thank you very much, and friendly to myself and my team, just at the back. All right, so in Stanbic IBTC, we are a group of companies. So we have Stanbic IBTC Bank, we have Stanbic IBTC Pensions, we have insurance, we have asset management, we have real estate, right? So real estate, right? So we have Stanbic IBTC stock broking. We have Stanbic IBTC stock broking. We have trustees. We have trustees. So much about 11 subsidiaries actually. We are a leading provider in the country, right? At least, if not the best, one of financial solutions to children and youth. That's what we do. That's our job. That's our. And when we are invited to sponsor this program, we are very excited. We are delighted to be one of the partners, and there's been a great, amazing time so far. So today, what we have for you, two things basically. We would like to have your raffle draw just after the program. For those that have already opened an account with us online for this summit that's taking place today, and for those that have already filled the form when they came into the hall this morning, there will be something for everyone to take home. So just fingers crossed, all right? And also to add, how many of us would like to be a banker in the future? Can I see your hand? Or an investment banker? Okay, nice. The secondary school students are not even raising their hand. What's going on? There's money in banking, Okay, so just to quickly touch on career opportunities in Stanbic IBTC. We have what we call internship program, basically Blue Internship Program. It's one of our flagship career opportunities for students in tertiary institutions. So if you're a student in tertiary institution, publicly owned tertiary institution for now. Hopefully, maybe in the future, we also extend it to privately owned. But for now, publicly owned tertiary institutions, you have the opportunity to do an internship program with Stanbic IBTC for 3 months or for 6 months, depending on your program. So be on the lookout. We usually start the recruitment within February, March, April of every year. So the next cohort will come up next year, early next year. So you can just keep your fingers crossed for those of us that are currently in the tertiary institution. So you have the opportunity to work with us for 3 months or for 6 months, depending on your program. Then for those that are graduates, do you have any graduates in the house? You have finished your NYSC, can I see your hands up? All right, great, that's nice. So we have what we call graduate training program. Graduate training program. So it's another opportunity where we incubate, future transformative leaders, basically. And for you to be able to have the opportunity to be part of that program, you also have finished your NYSC service year, of course. A minimum of 2-1 from a tertiary institution, and then you go through the recruitment process. We do that twice a year, and the next one will be coming up early next year as well. So you can be on the lookout so that when the application is out, it will be communicated via all our social media platforms and also across some other job adverts or job marketing or recruiter platform. So you can also apply for that, and you can have the opportunity to go through a 8 weeks program, a training program, of course. After which you now you're onboarded into the Blue system, and then you will stay for a minimum of a year. And if you come out successful, then you have a permanent position
Islamic IBTC. So aside that, we also have a youth community. So we know that some of you probably have not gotten to that stage where you can apply for some of these opportunities. But here, you can apply to our youth community where you can get first-hand information when some of this application is out, and then you can be able to apply quickly before others does. And the name of our youth community is called Beyond Dreams. Beyond Dreams. We are live on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. So you can just go on your phone right now, follow our page, Beyond Dreams. You get a whole lot of goodies through that platform. You can also get information regarding some of our seminar programs. We also organize events just like this, right? And also you also have opportunity to get some investment tips that can help you while you are journeying through your academic or maybe other things in life, generally. And then also on the final note, there's a digital program that we also run on a yearly basis. It's currently going on right now. Application is open. So if you have your phone with you, if you have graduated and you've completed your NYSC service here, just go online, search for Stanbic IBTC DICEP program. DICEP, DISEP, DICEP program, and then fill out the application form and just go and say some prayers. Hopefully you'll be able to go through the procurement process and you are selected. And it will be an all-paid training program, and then you can benefit and build up your tech enthusiasm if you are the type that really you are interested in having some technical skills to help and develop yourself, basically. So these are many more we have. We'll be behind. Maybe during the break time, you can visit our stand. If you have more inquiries or more questions, we'll be there to attend to you. Questions varying across bank, insurance, pensions. We are all, we are there for you. We are here today throughout with full grant, all right? So we are not leaving here until the end of the program. So we're here throughout to attend to your needs, all right? So that's all from us. Thank you very much for your time. I wish you a fruitful program. So
Put themselves together, so I don't want to call them. Okay, they're ready. Okay, should we hold on? I should give you 3 minutes. Okay. Now, because of time, we do not have time, and today is Friday. I also want to crave the indulgence of anyone who knows much about this environment to help me find out what time they observe Juma prayers. So that is the time we'll have our break session, where other people will get to network and those of us who are Muslims will get to go and pray. I want to believe it should be around 1:40, 1:45, thereabouts, but I want to be very sure. So if you have anyone who can help confirm, it would be nice. Cultural troop, are we ready? Okay, looks like they are. It is. Okay. Technical team, please. Sound. DJ sound. If you enjoy any part of that presentation, once more, a round of applause for them. It's not easy now. Thank you so very much. Now let's go on with the event as we have it. Please permit me to recognize our guest speaker again, in person of Pastor Samson Odegbame, the lead pastor of the Radiating Church. Please stand for recognition, sir. Thank you, sir, for coming. Your session is coming shortly after now. So, right about now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be inviting the MD and CEO of Survival Agriculture Hub Limited, in person of Mr. Oluwatobi Odunton. He is the MD and CEO of Survival Agricultural Hub Limited, SPFS SDG Agri Consulting, and his session is brief about youth, a tool for food security in Africa. Food security has been a concern for Africa, particularly Nigeria, for a while, and the actors in that sector want to share tips with us, young people, on how young people can be actors in the field. Please make welcome Mr. Oluwatobi Odunton.
Thank you very much, Mr. DJ, for trying to light the mood. Good afternoon, everybody. It's nice to see everybody's lovely faces. As introduced, Odoto is my name. Oluwatobi is my first name. I actually came all the way from Ibadan to Ogun State. And let me say that I'm actually from Lagos State. I reside in Oyo State. And I'm married into Ogun State. So I think by virtue of marriage, I am a bona fide son of this soil. And I have just 5 minutes, I guess, but I'm going to make it very, very snappy. I'm here today not to represent any of my brands, but to represent a bigger brand, which is agriculture, to advocate for agriculture and let young people like myself see the need to engage in agriculture. Agriculture has gone beyond hoes and cutlasses and baskets like they have performed here today. Agriculture has become something bigger than that. And today we no longer call it agriculture, we call it agri-business. Because I am standing before you, I'm a product of agri-business. And that is some of the problems we have. When we talk about agri, people see the culture at the back. They see the dirty clothes. They see the rag. They didn't see the business at the back of it. They didn't see that they can practice this and become millionaires and billionaires. And if you check it, the people who are going to rule the world in the future are the farmers and the agri-experts. So if you study agriculture here, whether intentionally or by accident, let me tell you, you have to be proud of agriculture from this very moment, because it's going to take you to places you can never imagine. When I started, I was alone. About 12 years ago, I can't come to an event like this and identify as an agri person. Counterpart who is in other space, and because you have affiliation, read it up. Standing before you today is someone who started with 500 naira and is currently pulling about 1.5 billion turnover per annum. I did that in just 10 years. So if I can do it, nothing can stop you. Thank you very much.
Please, let's appreciate him once again. A big thank you to Mr. Oluwatobi Odunton, the MD and CEO, Survival Agricultural Hub Limited. And so the text thought, interestingly, we have students from the Federal University of Agriculture around. I want to believe that some of them will tap into that opportunity for the internship. This is another good jumpstart. So here is the next lineup of activity. First, by 1:35, we'll go for break. The sermon would have started before now, but 1:35 we go for break, and by 1:50 we would be back. The prayer will be done at exactly 1:45. So we leave here by 1:35. We will be back by 1:50, then we resume. So in between, before 1:35, we'll have, first I'll be inviting our implementation partner from the US Consulate for a 3-minute goodwill message. Then after that, we'll have our guest speaker for a 10-minute speech, and we'll go for break. Now, please permit me to make welcome Princess Adetun Tade, the implementation partner from the US Consulate, for our goodwill message. Shortly after that, we'll have Pastor Samson Odegba. Just 3 minutes. Goodwill message to the young people of Ogun State. And we need to also thank her. She has gone through a great deal of exercise to be here today with us, and it's our pleasure to have you around. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stand on all existing protocol so as to make this very clear. When I came in and I met the panel, the first thing that came to my mind was, wow, Yali Ogun, wow. Can we please give Yali Ogun a round of applause? Now, I said that because I still manage Yali Oyo, Yali Imo, Yali all over, and here the difference is clear. When I was told to manage the Yali programs, initially I was skeptical because I managed the IVLP for 4 years for the US Consulate. That's the International Visitor Leadership Program. And we work cross-country, working with young people. And I tell my people, we've been privileged to meet amazing young people. When we go back to the consulate to give our report, we know that there is hope for this country. And we meet them in public spaces like this, public schools. Some we even meet them on the road. And you hear amazing, like this one, as you are like this, and it has really given us hope for this country. And sitting here, hearing what the panelists were saying, what our before Yahoo farmer was saying, because now it's I've been inspired. And like Amanda said in that broadcast, that's been the heart of the United States, not just the consulate, but the United States mission to Nigeria. Let me quickly say that once upon a time, I was just walking on the streets of Lagos like any other person. I went for a volunteer program, and I said, I'm tired, let me leave. Well, I didn't realize I said that loud, and somebody said, oh, why are you tired? Then the person engaged me. We conversed for 45 minutes, and by evening, I got a mail that the United States mission to Nigeria would like to invite you, and I'm like, okay, this is 419. And the day after, I got a call. I said, okay, let me wind this person. The day after, my boss then got a call, and he said, the United States people are looking for you. And I'm like, okay. So what do they want? Oh, they want you to travel. I said, oh, they want me to travel. Do they have visa? I didn't realize that the person who engaged me was the then public affairs officer of the United States, not just consulate Lagos, but general. And I was like, really? And when I was invited to the consulate, I was like, okay, when I get there, I'll show them the email. If they allow me in, then this is true. And like play. Here am I today representing the United States government. I said it because of what I heard the man who sat there inside, they were talking about volunteering. When I left my house that morning to volunteer, I did not see this day coming. I just wanted to do something. And here am I today. So when the man said that like this man, I pray that the inner ears of people will be open to hear what this is saying. Of course, some people won't be grateful. That's not your business. Mind your business. Your business is to do what you ought to do. Play your part, that's your business. How the other person reacts, either grateful or not, is not your business. So talk to yourself, mind your own business. Thinking or getting angry about the way you react is me trying to mind your own business. You have the right to react the way you want. If you want to be ungrateful, that's your business. But my business is to do the right thing, is to help, is to love, is to open up. Then when Madam Grace was talking, she said something very profound, and I said, I hope the inner ears of these people, they can really get this. She said, be careful what you leave on your digital footprint. And I'm like, I have seen this backfire on so many people that I can't even talk about in public. Please. Sometimes you see things on the internet and just go to the comment section. And you look at some people's comment, you're like, we know God created everybody. The Satan creates some people. Because I think God is the only person created. You understand that? I think some people Satan created and smuggled them into the earth. Because this person cannot carry the breath of God for you to say this. If you don't like it, pass. You don't even have to say anything. Just ignore. It is important. But what I'm just going to add to what she said is, as you are being careful about your digital footprint, there is who you are that nobody can be. No matter how much I copy you, no matter how much I try to do what you do, there's who you are because it's grace. God's fingerprint is on everybody. And the grace you carry is the grace you carry. What you have, you have. What you don't have, you don't have. I mean, what God has given you, you have. What is not giving you, you don't have. So there is who you are that nobody can be. Please, as you are taking your journey in this digital, because if I go into that, I'll use like 30 minutes, so don't let me go into that. So as we go in this digital journey, but like you rightly said, like our before Yahoo farmer said, whether we like it or not, it's the digital age. And like she said, things are not just changing, things have changed. It's left for our 70s generation to wake up and embrace it. But there is who you are that nobody can never be. Instead of leaving a negative footprint, why don't you put that uniqueness that you carry? Don't think it's too small. That uniqueness that you carry, put it so that when we look back, we know that, we are glad this person passed through this place. We are glad this person is here. Or we are glad to have met this person. I just sincerely hope that with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince and not confuse you. That you just have to be who you are, and this has come to stay. And we, when I say we, I mean the whole world, we are waiting for you. And when I say you, I mean you, and you. Thank you.
Please, if you enjoyed that session, another round of applause. There is who you are that no one else can be, and that is quite powerful. Thank you so much, ma'am. We appreciate your efforts, the deal of exercise you put up in coming to this event today. We sincerely do appreciate it. And ma'am, we have more of our actors in Ogun State applying for the Mandela Washington Fellowship. More of them. They are amazing people, ma'am. I won't say more than that, ma'am. Right, thank you so much, ma'am. So I would be glad now to invite our speaker, our second guest speaker of the day, to the podium. So once he's done, we can have our breakout networking session while those of us who want to join us at the mosque will do. The mosque is right beside there. It's just like a 3-minute walk from here there, and by 1:50 we won't be back to continue. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to invite Pastor Samson Odegba, the lead pastor of the Radiating Church. Please put your hands together for Pastor Samson Odegba. Thank you also for all that you do for youth in Ogun State and Nigeria.
Thank you so much. You can please take your seat. Thank you so much. When I came here, I said, I've told the organizers in this event, I'm not a pastor, I'm Samson Odegba, right? So before you think that it's a religious thing, I don't know, maybe the organizers invited me maybe because of the name as a pastor, but they didn't know that I'm an alumni of Yali. Let me tell you the story. Second edition. This I thought was my ticket to making it and Japa in my life. So I know Yali very well. The second edition, while President Obama was there, I applied for Yali. I can't forget. I applied at the Boss Cafe in Austin, Ibarra. And out of about 40,000 United Africa, I made the final shortlist. And I had the interview at the Consulate General Water Carrington. Yeah. I'm sure they didn't know that about me. And I was at the consulate, there was a panel interview, two white, one American, no, one Indian American, and another American lady, and a Nigerian. And fantastic interview it was. What did I pitch then? Then I was championing what I call Student Enterprise Network, and my passion then was to increase the employability of students, because then they talk about Nigeria, there is unemployment, but I believe that the problem was unemployability. So I was very big on that. I was also I didn't have a job too. I was unemployed too. But I believe that I was employed. So I was hosting conferences, and it was beautiful, it was brilliant. In fact, I remember a friend of mine who worked at the consulate, somebody worked at the consulate that knew me, told me when I got to America that he said, go and be packing your bags. You are going to America, because I saw your performance on this stuff. Eventually, the final shortlist, I didn't go to America. I didn't know what happened. That thing shook me. It wrecked my world. I'm like, my dream has gone. I cried. I was fighting God. When I go to church, when people are dancing, I will not dance. I was protesting against God. I will not dance. I will not open my eyes like this. Because I prayed and all of those things. But I think then they said that maybe I didn't have travel experience. They didn't trust that I will come back. I might run away from there. With hindsight, I'm not sure I trusted myself that I will not run away, because the poverty that was chasing me then was very, But thank God I'm here. So I'm sure for them, they didn't know that part of me, but I'm here. So I feel that I'm legitimately qualified to be here. Is that okay? Clap for me now. So, as I said, so I know what it means to apply for this. I applied, I did everything. So please, I'd like to implore you to please do that. So for me, this is like very surreal. It's an emotional moment for me to see that I could be invited to this. I want to say a big thank you. And to our coordinator and director, thank you very much. God bless you. So a few things I would say. When they gave me the topic, sincerely, I told my team, I had to say, which kind of topic? What do we say? It felt like they gave me projects. Let me read the topic to you that they gave to me. Very, very powerful topic. They said, technology for youth empowerment, policy frameworks for inclusive development. I said, where do I start from? I felt like I want to start project again. But that gave me an idea of the thinking, the mental capacity of the people involved. And I felt, well, this is beautiful, and I had to just walk my way through it. But what I'm just saying, basically, because there's no time, and I've looked through the hall, I can see a lot of young people. And I would like to appreciate our just immediate speaker, the last speaker, she was I was speaking. I asked myself, what is the purpose of technological development for the youths? Because they say that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is what? Is inevitable. So sometimes knowing the technical aspect of a thing is not as important as knowing the why. I remember I read a book by Simon Sinek when it says start with why. Because when you don't have the why, the same thing that should lead to advancement and development can be the same thing that actually leads to a downfall. Is that okay? So, why do we have to take this technological leadership? Very important as young people, particularly as Africans. That's number one. I think that with the problems in our country today, in our continent, if you look at the problem, as someone that now plays at the level in business where I get to engage at the high level and all of those things, the challenges looks actually insurmountable. If you really look at the problems of Nigeria, sincerely, except for God's intervention, if you don't want to look at God's intervention, you can say it's an hopeless situation. Not just Nigeria, almost across the country, particularly sub-Saharan Africa. Because it takes you starting to try and register a business, for you to know what we're talking about. It takes you trying to access, there's no phone, a lot of challenges are there. Just about some months ago, my auditor, I called my accountant, so they brought a tax bill for us, said by a bit, so they brought 69 million, that we're owing 69 million. Now, Before then, when I was doing my business, the first 3 years, tax people never came. But because I wanted to be full, I just told, I said, as a preacher, I started preaching in church. Be ethical, be ethical. I said, okay, I should probably like preach. I called my accountant. I want to be ethical. I want to run an ethical business. Go and register in the FRS. Do everything. We went to register. From the day we paid the first year, but the second year, because we went to, it's as if we went to tell them that you went to steal. You know, went to police station and you said, I came to steal. That was how it felt. The moment we went and we started doing it, they came back. That was with a lot of problems. Like, and if Akana told me that if you are not going to report yourself, I'm sure by now they will know that, you know what I'm saying. And from there, so when they brought the tax bill this year of 69 million, I just called the accountant. I said, Kuku kill the MD, because where did we? They said it's based on turnover. I said turnover is not profit now. They say you know the turnover of. So when my brother here, you know, very great man was saying the turnover 1.7 billion, I'm like, I was looking at, oh, FRS is not here. You just reported yourself to the. I was just looking around because I used to be like that when I mentioned figure, but since that time I don't. So my client said, look at it, you did a turnover 1.4 billion. That's why they came with 69 million. I said, that was 1.4. What is the profit margin? And all of those things. I'm telling you the challenges we face, accessing funding, a lot of infrastructural deficit. Now, and yet we are in a global world where the world will not stop to listen to your excuses. And I tell people, you are not competing with somebody sitting beside you. Your competition has gone global. Gone were those when you are competing with your friend in your secondary school. Those that went to private secondary school, we felt we were better than people that went to public secondary school. That was your competition, yes or no? Gone were those days. You are no longer competing that way. Before, if you went to a federal university, you felt you were better off in the competitive index than someone that went to a state university, right? Then later came the covenant university guys, and they were above the federal, right? I know some organizations, I don't mention a particular bank, where in their employment policy, they have a rating, private universities first. I'm sure you think of the one you went to, there are many private, there are many private universities, but they are the private universities. I don't know, something like that. The Covenant, the Babcock, in their employment, scale, they will pick somebody from Covenant after that it's now Federal University, Unilag. After that is State University. So you went to OSU, you are like number 3 before they come to you, right? Then after that is now Federal Polytechnic. They actually employ Polytechnic students. And so if you went to Covenant, you felt you were better off. If you went to Federal, you went to IFE, you felt you are better off than Lautech. Those days are over. Your competition is no longer local, it's now global. Because it means that if you went to OSU, you are going to compete against someone that went to India, that is in India and is in Silicon Valley. Nobody will say, you can't say SAT. Because you're going to write the same GMAT, the same SAT exams. If you're going to go to Y Combinator to pitch your idea, you are fighting for the same limited funds, investor funds. And you're going to pick the best because capital is not emotional. Capital chases after opportunity and capability. Right? There's no emotion that I'm a Christian. I'm talking, I can speak in tongues. I'm a Muslim. Listen, I know the Quran. Capital does not follow that. It follows where there will be best return. Yes or no? So it means that your competition is now global. And that means that we have to actually do more now. So it means if it took the average person about 4 hours of work about 10, 15 years ago to break through, for us now, we need to do more. Because it's a global world now. And nobody will say, okay, the reason why you failed or you didn't pitch well because you didn't have light overnight. Nobody listens to that, right? Because those challenges are not known in the global world. So it means that our only hope for the youth of Africa, for us to measure up and be on the global scale is technology. That's our only hope. And we are seeing it happen today. Just yesterday, I was reading about an 11-year-old Nigerian girl in the US that just innovated and stage. Now, if the world is going to be your stage, then that means you also have to be a global quality, global talent. Not just a global staff, you have to be a talent. We always say there's a difference between a talent and a staff. You have to be, and I tell people, everything I do, I don't do it because I'm here in Abeokuta or anything. I want to do it such that if I square with a competitor in the United States, in China, or in New York, and they look at the two of us, there will really no much difference, if not for my right donation. That would be the only difference, right? But in terms of quality of what I would do, there should be no difference because I like what our colleague said, God did not make an inferior brain, right? So with technology now, we can rise above our limitation and actually make sure that we have the world at our fingertips. That is for the young people. Yes, I hear what you're saying. So the question now is, what is the fundamental principle of technology? Because it can be a big wall. Why? What do you start going to do? Now, for you to think in this technological age and come up with solutions that will make you global, what you have to think about is anything you think about, anything we do normally, ask yourself, how can we make this cheaper? How can we make it better? How can we make it faster? How can we democratize access to this thing? How can we create equity? That is what technology is all about, yes or no? And that's the gap for you. So there is nothing in the world today that there is no opportunity for you to bring technical innovation into, yes or no? It's as simple as you run a dry cleaning because you can think that, oh, this variety is not, it's for people in Yaba, in Lagos, Abuja, it's not Abeokuta. As little as run a dry cleaning business, you can think of how can I make technology, how can I make it faster? For example, with WhatsApp, with different platforms, how can I upgrade these clothes? How can people pick up? So, for example, now I come to a town, I'm new in this town. How do I locate laundry business in this town? The only hope I have is to be driving around or asking around. So, if I run a little as a laundry business, how can I use technology to get more visible and more accessible to people? I have to think about that. I don't know if what's going to be for you. Then if I want to access you now, most I have to drive down to your house to bring my clothes. You do it and I come and pick it up. Is there any way we can use technology to ensure that I can pick up those things? It's as little as that. Healthcare, telemedicine. Yesterday, I won't say I was going to come. I just began to have like a boil and my lips were swelling. I said, this really want to disgrace me. My lips were swelling. And I was thinking, what do I do? I wish there was someone, maybe like a telemedicine platform, I could just go and and access things. What about EdTech? What about EdTech? If I come to town to Abeokuta, is there a platform that has the list of schools, like an hotel.ng, where I can see all the schools in Abeokuta and around Abeokuta South? I can do a comparison based on their school. Without going driving around, I can see their infrastructure, I can look at their school fees, do a comparison, and whatever it is, as little as that is technology. Do you understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I'm giving almost free ideas this morning, this afternoon. But I feel that this big word, we can bring it down to say in everything I'm doing, how can I bring innovation to make it faster, cheaper, better, more equitable? How can I democratize information? I just come this morning, I was meeting a guys in church, he's doing his master's. I said, where is it? He said, online school, Unicaf. Now, EdTech has democratized education. We see what Sim Shada is doing with this, I've forgotten the name now, this EdTech platform for people to write exam. Secondary school leavers, what's the name of that platform? ULesson, thank you very much. So that is the principle. Don't forget, how can I make it faster? How can I make it cheaper, better, more accessible? How can I remove the barriers? How can I make it more? Today, there's a rise of fintech. What are fintech doing? Just removing barrier for people to send money for you from outside of the country. Just borderlessness. That's what it's all about, fintech. So once you can come up with something, a friend of mine just started Payaza, my very good friend from this town. It's about thinking and saying, what solution can I bring? Then once you think about that and you begin to innovate, now there's a difference between innovation and creation. You don't have to create anything new. Innovation is improving or creating new pathways to what has been existing, yes or no? All you have to do is look at what is existing. And I can tell you, as it was Abeokuta, there are a lot of inefficiencies around our day-to-day life. Just look at it and say, how can I bring innovation into it? Once you bring innovation into an industry, what happens is that you disrupt old business models. You actually elicit and create unintentionally and compulsively a new business model. So for the young people, what are the things I want you to understand? Understand, like I said, how do I create innovation? You have to study business models. You have to understand business models and say, what are the new pathways to solution? But once you create innovation, automatically new business models emerge. For example, we all know the Yuba concept. A new business model has emerged, and a lot of attachments are going along with it. But I tell young people, if you don't get interested in studying how the world works and how value is distributed, you will not understand how to play. You can have an idea and you will not understand the value embedded in it. Is that okay? So I see young people, and this is a problem with Nigeria now. Our young people are not interested to understand the back end of how things work and how things make money. We just want to be consumers and users. So we are on TikTok. I'm into construction. I got to site last week. I found that we're building some units of bungalows and duplexes, and we're doing about 20 units. We are still on the 9th unit. And I got to site, and work was not going on. And I said, what happened? He said, all the laborers, they've left site. I said, what happened? He said, they are not interested. All of them did not have a TikTok account. And they showed me their TikTok. These uneducated, they are all on TikTok. And I asked one of them, he said, because all on power TikTok, I don't have power TikTok, they have power TikTok. So they are all mentored by DJ Chiki, I don't have power. And because of that, they are no longer doing the hard work. And they showed me their accounts. And look at all them dancing and doing all those things, hoping to make TikTok money. And they've left the real work. Now, that is the tale of the Nigerian youth everywhere. We have the numbers, we have the energy, we have the sagacity, we are very nimble, we are quick adopters of things, but we are not interested in the back end of how things work and how things make money. We are just there to just use it, to pep them, to oppress them, to kill your enemy and whatever you have. But no, in every generation, consumers are all at the mercy of producers. And it takes an instinct to be a producer. And it's that mindset we must have. It means as I came to this hall, I didn't know all like this, all I said in this place. And I was just looking around. I love the way I saw the line arrays fixed up. I'm looking around. I'm trying to pick things. What's it thinking? Oh, this. I'm just looking around. I love this screen. I'm trying to ask questions. When I saw everybody was having tag, I asked my PA, where's my own tag? Go and bring it for me. I must have my tag. I have to be present. I'm asking myself, what is the thinking that is driving the, what's the back end? What is this and all of that? When I pick up something, I'm not just using that platform. I'm asking myself, how do they make money? If you ask a lot of people, a lot of young people that want to make money on TikTok, how does TikTok make money that it gets to you? They have no idea. That was why the last time when they were tapping, tap. I'm used to tap. I have a young lady, like a project, my sister, she was always tapping. At the point, I was part to tap. And I said, they're going to give them money. They're going to give them. About a week to her to cash out. I just like she was sorrowful. She was moody. I said, what happened? She said, the crypto coin, whatever it is, they said it is gone. So she was expecting by now because she has tapped millions in coins. If they pay that money, me too, I will not be a pastor. I will drop mic. I will follow her. We will all be billionaire by association. And I had to give her, I said, don't worry, I'll pay you 10,000 just so that I can come out of this depression. Because she has invested too much in tapping. To the point where we are not sure we are standing like this. It's tap economy, tap. The question you ask yourself is that someone like me will not fall for that. I knew that it's going to end in tears. The question is, what is the business model behind me tapping and paying me that money? Is that how money works? What are they? I had to sit down and understand. Okay, they are trying to get adoption, get scale. So people can. When they told me the I said, no, this is weak. This can never happen. So that means that don't just be carried away by the new things. Be concerned, how do these things work? How do they make money? What is the business model behind this? When you understand business models already, you set yourself on a path to begin to ideate and know how to monetize your product. Because the biggest motivation for human being is money and fame and recognition. Yes or no? But you have to understand, get interested. Don't just be present. That is what I think young people in Nigeria particularly have to be a part of. Try to understand how the things work. He's out with 105 about a week ago. So I'm like, how can I replicate this 105 with strength? So while I just saw that, I had to join that journal. I joined that. And they said that now, with some improvement in genetics and a lot of things, there is a way you can, for sure, but that's if all things are equal. But in Nigeria, all things will not be equal. Because while you are doing the genetics, one Okada can fly from anywhere and knock you down. And that's why poverty is not good. With wealth, you can control the chances of not being an unfortunate person. There are some areas you live in, definitely there are chances that you cannot be up to 40. Even if God helps you give you good health, one stupid boy with oncolos can go and colonize you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you can't afford not to pick it in life. You have to really pick it so that you can change your address. Some of your motivation is where you came from today. Your address that you came from today is your biggest motivation. Nobody should motivate you again. Where you came from motivated you. Some people, when you got here, you had to almost clean yourself from top to toe because you are baptized in dust or you have to travel. Nothing should motivate you that I must change this address. Sometimes those kind of motivation, those kind of anger, I tell people, turn your frustration to inspiration. Nigeria is bad, there is no light. Massive opportunity for green energy. I have a person in church, one of my guys in church, just gets money from Shell and Total because those guys are now big on renewable energy. They are diverting from fossil fuel. What does he get money for? He goes to factory. He took me to his factory, to the factory towards interchange. This factory, what did he do? He partnered with them to put them on green energy. So he works with Total and Shell, and they give him the money. He sets up an industrial solar system that powers big factory. A factory that spends about 300 million diesel every month, brought them on solar energy. Massive, I saw everything. And the idea is that factory, they don't own that infrastructure, but they now begin to pay, what they pay to NEPA normally, they begin to pay to this company. Over a period of about 15 years, then they own the infrastructure. And I'm like, how will somebody wait for them to be paying for 15 years? He said, sir, these guys, these Americans, it's not money for them. It's about the big idea of green energy, of renewable energy, of clean energy. And they give him millions of dollars. And in this same town, and he rides a Benz, the Benz, he bought 2 Benz out of annoyance, just bought it, white and black. And he's driving, and you see a guy say, it's Yahoo they are doing. No! Like Yahoo for my, no, it's not Yahoo. No, don't say that. And I look at the guy, he lives here, and sometimes I'm with him, he's doing meetings with these guys, all over the world, because there is a lot of money looking for clean energy, right? So I tell people, you have to be aware of the big conversations globally. What are the conversations globally? We're talking about MDG, the Millennium Development Goals. Do you understand what it means? Are you part of these conversations? So don't just be carried. That's why I'm not a proponent for all this. Don't waste your energy trying to kill your enemy 6 a.m. in the morning. Don't waste your energy. No enemy is doing anybody. There are a lot of opportunities. Just ask yourself, what is the global conversation? How can I be a part of it? In everything you do, there's a global conversation around that. I'm into real estate. Just about last year, there was a UN habitat. There's a UN, part of UN for habitat. And they called us. So we're looking at affordable, whatever for people, looking about 5,000. And they said somebody recommended you from Ghana, blah, 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 come up, and we went for the meeting. And I saw that money was not their problem. Their problem is to say, how many people can we take off the streets and give them affordable housing? Because Nigerians, I'm in construction. I was telling someone, the way it's going, many Nigerians will be tenants till they die. Because of the cost of construction and cost of land now. But I'm like, even our own government is not concerned. People that will, nothing will affect them here. They are not concerned to say, how can we provide affordable housing? And they are engaging people, talking to us. From there, you know what I did? From being commercial, I changed a part of our business to a social part of it. And I realized that there is a lot of funds. If you have that social impact in housing, don't just say, I buy at 5 million, I'll say at 30 million, maximize profit. No. Somebody wants to pay you, all the money you are looking to give you access to the world, if you can forgo your profit at the name of just helping people get. You know what I'm saying? I said, so there are global conversations all around. And it's all by, so technology is that what you have for the youth. So please, I tell people, I always say this, I said, when you wake up in the morning, after you thank God for being God, the next person you're praying for is Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. They must know that. So people can know, I'm telling you, if you were to ask you and say, let's assume, because I want to pick one person for global good of the world, who should I pick? You say, God, let me come to you, leave Elon Musk. He has more greater good. I'm telling you. I tell people, Facebook, today in my business, for example, in this same city and beyond, we have people that we are struggling to cope with demand. People say, oh, there's no money. People are not buying houses. In this same city, I don't want to mention figures. In this same city, and who are those that are buying it? Abeokuta which is in diaspora. How do they see us? Social media, Instagram. I tell you, I say it's amazing how I can be here and somebody's in the UK, US. I have clientele all over, and they buy it without seeing you. Just because you are well positioned, your digital footprint, you are well positioned, and they buy it. And when I look at the volume of what we do, I say, and 99% of my customers are diaspora. I tell my wife, I said, when I wake up in the morning, after I thank God, before I pray for myself, I pray for Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. I said, Mark, thank you for the algorithm of Instagram. That means that somebody has claimed, as long as I have a product that has a global appeal, I can never be poor. Before, billions used to be something big. Billions is no longer a big deal now in Naira. And listen, I tell people, if you conquer Lagos and Southwest, you have conquered all of Ghana. I have a friend that said, I'm going to go back again. I said, don't go to that. I've gone there. When I came back, I shut down the company. How many are there in Ghana? What's the economy of Ghana? If you conquer Lagos mainland alone, the economy of Lagos, Nigeria is where the opportunity, because the numbers are there. It's just too much. Don't forget the exchange rate. You know why? To make $1 million in US is almost, it's possible, but almost not easy, right? To make 5 billion in Nigeria is easy. By the time you convert it, the challenge of the budget will square. You can still be a millionaire in dollars by making billions in Nigeria because money is everywhere. Am I speaking to you? So don't follow the mirage. Naira is falling. That's why I'm jackpotting. Don't jackpot for that. The opponents are here. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. And listen, once you conquer Lagos, you have conquered Ghana. Forget it. Those ones, they follow yours. Once you conquer Lagos, next thing is London. It's not even Rwanda. Forget Rwanda. It's just Ali. How many are there in Rwanda? Once you conquer Lagos, go to Joburg, go to London. You'll be shocked. The market size of Nigerians in London, in UK, if you can satisfy 1% of them, you are a billionaire in pounds. I have my direct mentor, Mr. Sheil Badijo, owns one of the biggest Caribbean African food store in Essex, Wosiwosi. I don't know if you have seen that, Wosiwosi, UK. My direct mentor, we speak every day. I was volunteering for him in Nigeria. Said something, I'm relocated. 2013. Today, he has the biggest. He tells me his wage bill per month is £50,000 salary in Nigeria from Abeokuta here. In per annum, they do turnover of about £7 million. From here, all that food is imported. He comes to Nigeria with his wife. We go to, I follow him in Abeokuta, we source Gari. We go to Olodo, we source Gari. We go to Lagos Island. We have the guy that supplies them Gari. Whenever they come, they supply Gari of 50 million. He lives in Lekki Phase 1. He lives in Lekki Phase 1. He's in Olodo. Whenever Mr. He comes home, it's 50 million worth of product we buy for him, and we do that 3 times in a year. And that's one supply. He got it last time. We're looking for, I don't mention the product. We could not find anything store in Abeokuta. He said, this is money. He was looking for 50 million to buy. There was nothing, we had to go to Lagos. I don't want to mention it for you because I'm planning to do it myself. So don't see my idea. What am I telling you? We are sitting on opportunities. Come on, we are sitting on opportunities. Nigerians all over the world, anywhere Nigerians are, there is sizable market to target. People say, even if you are only blacks attending your thing, I don't need to be international. Ordinary Nigerians in UK is enough size. Go and ask UK how much they wait for Nigerian students. So the opportunities are here. Because wherever there is no regulation, there is still opportunity, right? When a place is developed, you are too late. You only be there to go linearly and contribute. If you jackpot, eventually it's going to go and learn superior knowledge and can come back. That's why I like my brother here, Victor. Victor went on a global talent to the UK. But every time like you, this guy, your eyes have not left Nigeria. I saw him I said, what are you coming to do? Almost every three months, the bros always in Nigeria. I asked him, I said, when are you going back? I said, till December. I said, there's someone that understands that I might be there to acquire global skill, but this is the mission field. Nigeria is a solution ground. When you see problems, you see opportunity. And that's why I'm here to challenge you. Guys, your background cannot be why you are limited. There are no more restrictions. There are no more boundaries. God is not against you. You have grace. God is with you. You have mercy. You have power. God is not your problem. The devil is not your problem. Never your problem. With communities like this, a non-entity can become a celebrity in our world today. Who knew this guy? Look at Money Point. The guy Money, that was his name. It was in Team Act. Money Point is now a unicorn. Anybody can be a unicorn now. I'm the next one. In 3 years, you will hear me. Unicorn in real estate. You will see it. But we also have prop tech. You know what the unicorn means? They come in what a million. So, guys, the opportunity. I want to challenge you, man. I'm from this town. The generational problem of this town is mediocrity. I tell anybody, if you stay in this town, say, hope you know what, hope you are informed. Ilu ile. Not for anything, because mediocrity is the second nature. Chance if you start anything new in this town from Lagos, chance that in 2 years they will talk it now. So that means that you're going to stay here with your body as your production factory. Let the world be your marketer. Look for how your product can travel beyond borders. My fashion designer, who's my protege, Ayo Protein, I give my friends, at least from me alone, I know he supplies about 15 of my friends every month in the US, kaftans. You know why? I'm a public, they see me on Sunday, say, that you are better you wear. Say, it's Ayo. They call Ayo. Every month, so he makes me his model. So sometimes it's also for free. Because every month, and he just do DHL. Sometimes you request to pay him in dollars. It's in Abeokuta. If you wait on the market of Abeokuta, you'll be poor. Your wealth cannot be beyond the ceiling of the environment. That's why billionaires are in Lagos, not Abeokuta. But with technology now, you can be here, and yet you are accessing the economy of India, of China, of UK, of US. That is what we are talking about here. So please, I want to implore you, don't wait for the government. The policy part, I'm not talking to them about, because policies for government, they are not here. They don't come. They are not interested in you. Let's leave it. We are the government. When the innovation gets critical mass, government will come into it. So I'm not really talking about the policy people. I leave them. I want to talk to you. You are my constituency. So I want to just challenge you. As I wrap up and I go now, take my another meeting, I want to say something. You know, to let you know how easy it is. Very soon, in about 5-7 years, let me tell you this, in about 5-7 years, I will be on my way. Me, I know. I will be at an airport in New York trying to connect a flight to Dubai. And somebody will walk up to me and say, sir, do you recognize him? I say, well, I don't recognize him. Oh, Abeokuta. I'm like, really? Oh, they be out. You'll be like, sir, I was in Yali program. Yeah. You will not just say you know me. You say, sir, what can I do? What can I buy you? I say, you just go and look for your pocket and look at, you know, you just bring me and maybe an envelope. I don't know, maybe it's Bitcoin. You just say, and you just say to me, when I check, it will not be alert, it will be alarm. I said, Jesus! You say, sir, calm down, comport, sir. It just says chicken change. And I'll say, really? And I'll say, okay, you know what, we'll see. I say, no, sir. I only been in Rotterdam for 4 days. I have another conference in Abu Dhabi. From there, I'm going to this. From there, I'm going to the US. I'll be like, you want that corner? Wow. You say, I'm not global now. That is you. Would that be you? Would that be you? Till I see you, then God bless you.
Thank you very much for that. Can we put our hands for something or let Thank you, DJ. While I invite Princess Tom Tade to present this award to Pastor Samson to show our appreciation to him for coming to this event and being part of this is okay, bless you.
God be one show, if you check out, you will know. Blessed show from my head up to my toes. Don't be joke, even for my face, it show. I know if you can't do the blessings of God upon me like oh. See as my life is a balance, so like the grace of the Lord taking me high.
Okay. On behalf of Yali Network Ogun and United States Diplomatic Mission in Nigeria, we present this award to Pastor Samson. Pastor Samson Odegbami, CEO, MD, Richfield, Nigeria, in recognition of your exceptional contribution as a guest speaker on the topic Technology for Youth Empowerment Policy Framework for Inclusive Development at the Yali Ogun Summit 2.0. Can we put our hands together for that?
Okay, thank you so much. While we wait for, while we take the second panel session will be in a few minutes, and we have AY to also speak to us in a few minutes also. Let us take a 2 minute break to stretch our leg and now take the interlude. With Pastor Samson. See him, talk to him. He's your friend also. Engage anybody you want to engage. Within 2 minutes, let us take a break. Let's stretch our legs while we come back for the second panel session.
Blessed show from my head up to my toes. No be joke, even for my face, it show. I know because of your feet on the blessings of God upon me like boom. See as my life is a balance, and the grace of the Lord taking me high. Oh, don't be fantastic, the love is my reality. The anointing in your confidence, see my God to the home. My God is telling you, surprising me, constant you. Who see my reflection? This your love, be what you. You don't give like I so. Pretty you do for you.
And for those of us that have also received the account number online, kindly fund it with a minimum of 1,000 naira and stand a chance to win the exciting gift before the end of the program. Thank you very much.
I must tell my mommy fire. For the little things that they do when they make me go low. Say you love me fire, man. The way you go, you don't like, you don't do me, but I don't wanna wait from love. You like to finish me with love.
Can we have our guest to come on stage and take pictures with you? Can we join the stage and take pictures with you, please? Can we have our guest, please? Yes, just a few minutes pictures. Let us have our guests to take pictures with the US consulate. Pastor Samson, sir, just a minute to take pictures with the US consulate, everybody. Thank you, sir. Mr. Victor, we're waiting for you. Okay.
Since life 10 years, what about understanding? Do you need a direction?
Speakers, panelists, please come on the stage.
What's up on the time? What's up on the time? When I just did try, when I just did try. When I drop the song, I go make you dance. You dey walk, I go dey killing people my price. Then I find the sound, I won't got the sound. I don't get the name, I know she the sound. Sound, I know the sound. I want them to decide, I want them to decide. I be like, I'm
International, and it's an absolute pleasure to speak with you today. Greetings from my friend and partner, Esther Oluwatoyin Agaja. We had a call a few minutes ago, and she's so excited to see the work that Yali is doing in Ogun State. A round of applause for her, please. A round of applause for Yali Ogun. Please, a round of applause for Yali Ogun. Also, I must also say that I celebrate inclusivity, and so please let's give a round of applause for Yali once again for the amazing work they are doing here. I really plan to do a proper presentation, but who really cares about following the rules? I call myself a Gen Z, if you let me. Amazing. Thank you very much. So I am not the usual Gen Z that you will talk about or see online doing interesting things on the internet. I am that kind of Gen Z that you want to look forward to meeting. And I know that a lot of conversations about Gen Z have been talked about today, but I want to encourage those of us who are part of the generation to share positive impact through our social media platforms. It's very important. I want to share something with you. After listening to all the impactful speakers that we've had today, I want to share something with you, and I think it's very important. I think that's the only thing I'm able to do today. I'm good. It's a quote that I learned from an advocacy movement that I'm currently enrolled in, and it goes like this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we shine our lights, we give permission. And as we shine our lights, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. And as a key message that I would like to talk to you guys about, I'll be coming from an angle of inspiration. Because some 7 years ago, I was just like, in fact, I'm still very much like you. I'm the regular guy that used to take Okada on the road and be like, that guy really, yeah, I'm that guy, right? About 7 years ago, I was a student of tertiary, my first year, student of tertiary University of Education, where I was studying geography and environmental management. And somehow, interestingly, the lecturer had talked about the word climate change randomly in class. And from that experience, just hearing that word, I got inquisitive. Trust me, I'm the kind of person that does not listen in class. I'm the kind of person to go and read all my books and then do the exam. But then it just felt like this was something I needed to know about. So I went to read up about it and I got so dedicated to this. Like, I stopped going to basketball games, any party that was on campus I stopped, just because it was just an issue that I felt like it needed attention. There were not a lot of people talking about it, right? It was something that, like, I felt people were not just aware about. And so I got so crazy about this topic. I would spend 6 hours in the library reading about climate change, looking for all YouTube podcasts I could find on climate change. What exactly is happening? How come nobody is talking about this issue? This is an issue that is literally about the existence of the next generation or even our generation. And then after doing all of this, I decided that, you know what, I'm going to do something about it. Interestingly, I have fallen into a situation called climate anxiety, because when you read about science stuff that are not always good, you feel bad. And so for that period, I couldn't talk for like 2 days. And I decided to do something about it. Now, how did I do something about it? Like you guys, I'm going to be as practical. A lot of issues, right? So I started putting it online, talking about it, because it was something that I really was passionate about. And then from there, I was able to, can you hear me? Attention. From international organizations, and from there, did a couple of countries, flew to speak at conferences, because the truth is, when you realize a problem like that, the best place for you, because nobody is thinking about it. Ijebu, let me explain it for you. Let me explain how my school is here. Ijabu, do you understand? That is where I was schooling. And while all of this was happening, in fact, let me even make it bust your brain. A friend of mine had told me, this was like 2 years ago, he was a student. He got an opportunity to travel to Russia again. He was a student, he was having tests next week, and then his vice chancellor was sitting down in the auditorium when he was on a global stage. Just so you understand what technology gives you access to. So I would tell you, digital footprint is so important that it literally determines how you will grow. Think of, in the early 2000s when phones came to Nigeria, right? Am I right? From the early 2000s to this particular period, just 24 years ago, we've been able to create AI. Think about what will happen in the next 10 years. Think about your social media. I'm interested in talking about this. I'm just not even in line with my talk. But because this has been hammered on a lot, I need to talk to you guys about it. Think about just 24 years, right? Think about what has been able to happen. Artificial intelligence. You can literally call someone in the US and say, hi, I need this, and let's say in the next few days time, it's going to get to you in Abeokuta, right? Think about what will happen in the next 20 years. What's it going to be like? We already have robots, right, that we can send. Think about, I need you guys to think about, and the question is, how do you want to compete? The only thing you can do is Microsoft Word, even if you can. Some of you can't even do it. Microsoft Word. So the reason why everybody is challenging you to do something with technology is because they know it's going to get worse. Like, we are going to that, a lot of people will become irrelevant. Next maybe 5 years that, next maybe 5 years that, this speaker talks to you about these issues and you're like, oh my God, I didn't do anything about it. So please, it's very important that your digital footprint, your social media is not just for pictures, it's your CV. That's your global CV. I call it your global CV. Your social media, it's your global CV. That's where people, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, it's your CV. You're probably hustling wherever, it's your CV. You're probably hustling wherever you are, or you probably even have money wherever you are, or you probably even have money wherever, but if you're hustling and you're like, hey, I'm still hustling, that's the common ground that we all have. So I would advise every individual that is here, please write it down. Please use social media well, right? So, sometimes I'm going to go straight into the thing I want to talk about. That we face in Nigeria, and work collaboratively to build, solutions. We've heard a lot about, development, how you can analyze technology. I've also talked about it a bit. I've had the opportunity also to work with key stakeholders, Yali being one of them, and in this process of me learning about climate change and sustainability and using my social media platforms to get people aware about climate change and sustainability, myself and my team have been able to educate world leaders at all levels. We've also been able to young leaders to ensure that in 2015 we said that we were not going to pass the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit, but now we are at 1.2. Now what this means is that in 2015 we were at 0.9 degrees Celsius. Currently we are at 1.2 degrees Celsius. So in just 9 years we've been able to, create such a huge. Africa is not at the right particular location right now. We don't look very good, to be honest. And so this is why it is very much imperative as young leaders to actively involve in societal development. Personally, I have workers that should work with the people around you to ensure societal development. And I'm going to end with this keynote. The only way that you can really bring development for yourself is in other people around you. Right? It's the only way that you can bring development in any form for yourself also. Trust me, I've tried this out, I've tested it out. Helping other people is how you get support for yourself. Alright? I want you to also do two things, right? I want you to check out, and I want you to do the research, because I can't do a presentation of sustainability in 9 minutes. I want you to check out two things. Agenda 2063, if you can write it down. Agenda 2063, that's by the African Union. And I want you to check out United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. What Pastor was talking about, that is how to catch up. Right? Whatever is personal to you, like poverty, lack of education, check it out and do something about it. No matter how little, and use something about it. No matter how little, and use social media. That's what I'll tell you. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Ayoluwa Ogushola, for your speech and for your story that you shared. It's always amazing hearing you share your story all the time, and well done for sharing those story all the time, and well done for sharing those nuggets as well. We'll be having a panel discussion next, and the topic is around thriving in the digital age, challenges and opportunities for youth leaders. Because leadership has snowballed into something entirely different, and we now live in the digital age where everything happens just at the click of buttons. Because of that, leaders need to be up to date and be aware of this new development and how to navigate our ways. So for that fact, we will be having this session. Please permit me to be inviting our panelists on stage one after the other. We have 4 of them here present. I will be inviting first Mrs. Adibola Shulate. She is a serial entrepreneur. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Adibola Shulate. I hope I got the name correctly. I'll be calling next Olukoye Moranikeji Koye Concerts, only called Koye Comedian. The next is Okoyemi Oluwadare from the social impact perspective. Koye is coming from the media and entertainment perspective. And finally, from the tech entrepreneurship, we have Mr. Victor Adele, the founder of Grazer and the convener of the Ogun Digital Summit. Ladies and gentlemen, to moderate this discussion, I'll be inviting a young, vibrant lady, a one-time state coordinator for Yali Ogun, and no other person than Deborah Adewale, the founder of Beyond and After 20. Before I'm Beyond 20, okay. Thank you so much, Adele.
Very quickly, we all seem very cool. I don't know what's going on. Right? You know it. Who has not eaten last stand up? Stand up if you've not eaten. Now you're shy. Stand up if you've not eaten. You don't know what can happen. Some of these people can just bless your pockets. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, stand up if you're eating. Stand up if you are eating. Nobody if you are eating. These are the problems of Nigeria. We are all liars. Yes. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deborah Adewale, and it's an honor to be doing this once again, Yali Summit 2.0 with the Yali team. One very important thing that we all need to understand is that all of us they go box. Are we together? Now everybody they go church. Don't be so cool. But at the end of the day, what matters is what we make use of what we learn. In a way, I feel that in Southwest, we are over-bombarded with information. Yet, when it comes to decision-making and the federal affairs, we have the North pulling the power, pulling the money. So what is the problem? We hear all of this. I mean, we're going to have another panel session. We're going to be hearing from these amazing people. But at the end of the day, as we hear from here, they come out from here. So who is to be blamed? So I'm encouraging us right now to have a jolly ride for this panel session. Because at the end of the day, what we want to achieve with this session is to make sure that we discuss not just the challenges, because we are used to seeing the problem, but also the opportunities. So give a round of applause to yourself, because you're going to be making a difference in this session. Give a round of applause to yourself. Not to me, not to me. All right. Thank you very much to my panelists for making it here today. You all are so beautiful and radiant. Mr. Victor's cap, I don't know if he's single or married, but you can see him at the end of this session. Right? And like I already said, this session will be focused on the main theme of this program, which is about youth leadership in digital age, identifying the opportunities and challenges. And okay, so mind me, don't forgive me, mind me, because I'm going to be starting with the only female on this session. You would accept me like that. I mean, you not accept it, you accept me. Alright, so on a personal note, because I'm privileged to know a couple of us, whether from a distance or from a personal level. And I know very much that one thing that Mrs. Of course, Adebola Chulate has done in our space is not just put herself in the limelight of success, but has also been a successful person that has also helped other young people to be better selves and better versions of themselves. So my question first, and this is not my question, this is our question, because it's not just about the glory. A lot of people don't know the story, right? So my question first would be that, what are the things that you can highlight as the tools that have been very effective in your business growth? I'm saying this and I'm asking this question in particular because I understand your roots Abeokuta. If you know Public Faces magazine in Abeokuta, this was the time where the churches that are using LED screens, none of them were present in Abeokuta when Public Faces magazine started our business in Abeokuta. So what are those effective tools? And when I say tools, I don't mean necessarily digital tools. You know, it might be people tools, it might be relation, whatever it is. Now, what are those tools that have been most effective for your business growth? And how do you think young leaders today can leverage the new opportunities now, so the combination of the challenges and the opportunities? So how do you think they can leverage the new opportunities in that space of your business to also, you know, go about growth? Thank you. Do you understand the question? Thank you.
I am pleased to be here. My name is Adibola Sholake, and I'm happy to be doing this with Yali 2024. Years back, I've always also, you know, put in online via my mail to be part of Yali because I like the new movement. I like what the youth are doing in that space. So while I started way very young, and the major thing that was pushing me there was the yearning for success. I have the passion to do better because I know where I started from. So I see that the young.
So what are we actually showing to you right now? We're showing you the market opportunities for this amazing product. We have found that the global virtual tourism industry is largely untapped here in Nigeria. From our research, we only found about 3 companies that are largely involved with this, and 2 of which are completely out of the actual culture or tourism, but actually selling VR headsets and the others, and accessories. However, only 1 in Nigeria is currently doing something close to this, and that is Yali Lagos. Aside that, our findings found that 25 billion is an estimate for 2028, that is just 4 years away from now, based on a survey we found on market data forest focus. However, from our surveys here in Abeokuta, we found that the largest population that were in tune with this product we had created was over 70%. And that was largely, we found that most people who were interested in this were within the age range of 70. Also, when we have sales of merchandise, where we're going to be selling branded souvenirs, digital content packs, educational resources, especially for schools, where they can be taught about their heritage. We're also going to be talking about donations. From our survey, we found that a lot of big companies will want to partner with us and see how they can make this available, especially to students who might not be able to afford this. However, that's also one of the niche we're able to find. And also, ads and licensing on our platform, being a market first mover company, we will be attracting a lot of people, especially the tourists, people within the tourist space, flight ticketing companies, to come and advertise using our platform. Next. So, what's the big picture? Here we are going to be showing a little bit about our scalability potential. We are starting small, but we are definitely not remaining small. First stage, we're going to launch this in Ogun stage, leveraging on the rich cultural assets. Secondly, once that has been successful, we'll move to the next part where we're going to be expanding this to other states in Nigeria. I'm pretty sure that not every one of you here are from Ogun State. So also, your state is definitely not left out. However, we're starting from here, reaching globally to the entire world. But that simply means expanding to other parts of Nigeria, creating a comprehensive digital cultural roadmap all across Nigeria. So that simply means people at diaspora will have the opportunity to also engage with our local content. And thirdly, we'll develop partnerships. Sorry, please. We're going to be developing partnerships with international organizations as well as shared global content. And finally, with the upgrade of technology, we will be able to immerse ourselves with the virtual realities, which is VR, and augmented realities, which is AR. And okay, next slide, please. Why should we invest? Because I believe every.
Yeah, why? Because they only use paper scheduling of appointments. They only use Next slide. Then we sat down and said, okay, what's the solution? What's the solution to clearing the problems that we've highlighted? And then we came up with something known as what? Book Plus. Book Plus is the advanced booking appointment schedule for political offices. Because with this, we can take it to the better place. So now we have an automated submission to reduce delays, a real-time tracking for appointment status update, automated notifications to alert users about the confirmations, consistent design for better accessibility, and anything to integrate with user calendars. So we have this solution to great for us. Okay, because we notice that to book appointments is always a whole lot. We've made the solution for us. Now, we are thinking, is this solution for me? Yes. So look at our first private person. We have Ada, who is what? A 32-year-old business owner who needs an efficient way to book appointments with government offices to avoid long waits and other applications. We are just like Ada. I am just like Ada. And that's the problem here. But we all want to book appointments with the government. Or we might really want to meet with the government. So yes, that's the problem here. And then we have our second person. A 55-year-old officer that works in the government. He manages appointments manually and he sits the treatment process. Imagine you sitting at the desk and then 1,000 people are telling you again. Oh, you feel like this is the whole lot. And that's what going inside that is. Is that okay? So how can I incorporate a better solution for our organization? Now we are going to forget that, okay, after our research, we believe that in 3 months, we're going to have increase in bookings. And we have 1,000 registration in 3 months, we have 700%. Why? Because of this. I'll get to the area. Now we're going to go 85% user satisfaction. Because imagine you're sitting at the comfort of the house and then you can book an appointment with the governor of the state. How sweet is that? So many people are satisfied and then you get to speak to the government. All that. Now, we need to understand that to have a very smooth interface so that the users can enjoy what they're doing. Imagine you are just sitting down there and probably the solution is secure is not. So we have the solution phase whereby you can get to know about the website from the social media, from using the words tech now, and then it's accessible to everybody. The website will be tested now, so it's accessible to everybody. We have the simple onboarding solution, their content requests is even easy. This is our visual website that we developed in less than 3 weeks. Alright, please go up, let's book an appointment. Go up. Other services, come back. Come back, please. Come back. Yes, streamline appointment requests. Please click on it. Thank you very much. Yes, please. Let's get an appointment together. Can you see we have the calendar integrated into the website? What you need or what you have? Please let us go to the website now. Alright, so we're running on that. Please just pick a date. Thank you. Now availability. Please have another day. Pick another day. You see the availability. Alright, so yeah, let's pick a time. Thank you. Pick a time. Input a random name, please, yes, your name. So this is how the booking is. Put your name there, put your email address. Please put a valid email address. I will not use a new address, but we don't have time now. Just put a valid email address because that's mail that putting is what you use to receive your appointment that you booked with the government. Thank you so much. Put your phone number, as simple as that, what service you're interested to know about, your message, so that when you're sending the appointment, you'll have a number of what you want to discuss with you.
Increase the curiosity of our young ones to do proper presentations as well as proposals. And not just doing proposals, you are doing the proposals with your market survey. And with your marketing, you are scaling what you are presenting to say, over a period of time, I expect that a particular growth index is expected on the project, and that is a very beautiful I want to again please put it together for the three different teams. Virtual tour, the virtual museum. The truth of the matter is that it's an IT world, and if you are not digitally enlightened, you are likely to be left out. I mentioned earlier when I delivered the permanent secretary's remarks when I talked about virtual tour, virtual reality, augmented reality, and that's just what the first group had presented. Of course, from the comfort of our homes, we can actually have to behold the beauty of our heritage in having a museum that talks about the heritage of the people. And that is what the first team talked about. Team which I will just summarize to be something plus, okay, book plus. Book plus is what they called their project. And that is a beautiful one. Yes, we are moving to the world of technology and we must maximize the use of technology. And I look forward to the point where from the comfort of your home, we can book appointments to see the commissioner, of various ministries. But one thing that I noticed that was not in the second president is that there's a need to have ministries, because I think what the second group and the third group did is about the same. But I think the difference is that the second group focuses on Ogun State, while the third group focuses on Nigeria. And so, the major thing that we're going to see as a difference will be that for Nigeria, you are seeing the different states in a single menu, we can actually sort that out. And for that in Ogun State, we can actually see the ministries that are in Ogun State. It was a very beautiful one. Well, this has been presented to the public, and it is open for us to look into investing into them. I think that is also the purpose for which this is done, investing into these different virtual augmented realities as well as platforms for which you can actually do bookings to meet with our political appointees. Please let us look forward to marketing these beautiful initiatives, because that is what it's all about. I understand that if you have a very beautiful idea and a marketable idea, you are not able to market properly to the right quarters, then whatever ideas and innovations you are bringing on board will not be heard. Again, I want to say well done to the three teams. I'm really interested in that virtual museum. I look forward to seeing all of the teams achieve their purpose. Thank you for having me. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Willie Michael, representing the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Culture and Tourism in the state. So the team will definitely go to meet the judges and they will have in-depth conversation with them. But let's have the other two judges for 1 minute each. I will call on Mr. Ayo Bami. Shola of Checker Code. He is the founder of Checker Code and he is a senior technical professional who would also make contributions, I think, in their tech inclined aspect of the project. Yeah. So after that, we come to meet you, the three teams, so we get to guide what there's anything to do better.
Good afternoon, everyone. I love the idea about the whole project thing. The other part is the VR and booking appointment function. One thing I'm going to say about this project is we young adults, or we young entrepreneurship, we tend to solve the problem of where we wish we were, not the problem of where we are. This is one of our major problems that we have, especially the booking appointment. I remember 3 months back, I wanted to meet up with the SSG. I waited for over 3 hours until one of the representatives came out to see me and said, oh, come on. But anyway, we have this kind of platform, it will have been much more easy for me to get in, and it's going to bridge the gap between the people and the government. One thing I'm going to say again is, irrespective of how we think we can venture into technology, we should know in order to think of the challenges, we should think first about the solution. I'm going to say this. I saw the whole team, the project manager, the web developer, product designer, and all that. We have other sessions, and I'm so excited to be about this VR. But there's a big technology that we have right now that's known as physical. We have digital and we have physical. VR is one of the major examples of digital and it's a nice technology. let's embrace these technologies and see how we can create solutions of where we are.
Thank you so much, founder of Jakarta. I will also invite Mr. Ayo of AIT. 1 minute, your own. So immediately it's on TFN, just get closer to me now. TFN is going to do their exhibition, and the awards should start coming as well. We will have our presentation. By the way, someone is getting a 50,000 naira support for their business today. I don't know who that is yet. I honestly don't know. It can be you. So stay, with us as we go on. You pitch your idea in just 2 minutes, your business in 2 minutes, and the judges will determine if you award the 50,000 naira support for your business. Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. So on the project, actually things did well, but I would have loved to see the financial projection. This is just like I said, the team directly. So if you are pitching right, you want to be able to connect the benefit it brings to your investors and how you see it to solve the proper problem. I was not really having that connection when you guys were presenting. It was more or less as if you guys are like breaking, like having different conversations. So I love this area whereby you bring the benefits your project will bring to the state government and how they can use it to have more revenue to themselves. That is very important. And also, I struggle to understand how it should be used. I would have loved this whereby because I need to take some time, but I would have loved this whereby to walk us through the user flow, right? How is this going to be achieved? I was struggling, like for the virtual guys, I don't really know how you want to implement it. It will let me on the website. Are you employing a VR? Are you going to do this thing? I would have loved to say that, but since we are still going to have a conversation at that, we can only discuss that. But great work to all the things. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Please, the team should at least get in touch with the judges. Honestly, there's a lot that you still have to redefine and refine in your project, in your pitch, and they can help you. TFN, Teach for Nigeria Fellowship. Okay. Award for the Country Secretary of Ministry of Culture and Tourism, Dr. Kudus Adegboyega Yusuf. This will be received on his behalf by Mr. Ogun Michael. TFN this is just the one award. Sorry.
On behalf of Yali and Ogun on stage, we say thank you so much, sir, for honoring our invite. Even though it was short notice, we say thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Teach for Nigeria Fellowship. So let's get to know about Teach for Nigeria Fellowship, what it is about, how you can plug in, and how you can benefit your own community and yourself through the Teach for Nigeria Fellowship.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, the Yali team, for this wonderful opportunity, and I must commend you for putting together such an amazing program, amazing ideas, wisdom shared so far by the panelists. And I will start my presentation taking from what the panelists shared in the first panel session, that is Mr. Dio. And he said that in the youth of this time, if you want to be taken serious, you need to take volunteering serious. And you need to be a part of a youth-led organization or youth-led initiative. And I think when we say youth-led organization initiative, Teach for Nigeria stand as one of those organizations. And what do we do at Teach for Nigeria? We believe that every child in Nigeria has a potential in them, but it's sad to know that in Nigeria of today, the family which we come from determines the type of opportunity we get to have access to, and that is the situation currently in Nigeria. At Teach for Nigeria, we are out there to provide a permanent solution to this. We are here to say your background should not keep your back to the ground. So a child or a son or a daughter of a farmer should have the opportunity to attain an excellent education, the same quality of education that the child of a minister or a commissioner in Nigeria have access to. That is what we're here to do, and we're here to bridge the inequity gap in the education space through a fellowship program. And we like to take pride that our fellowship program is a 2-year leadership development program. In my